sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NDB Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Hide your kids, hide your little pussycats. We're on the prowl, and no one is safe while we troll the digital airwaves. We kill brain cells, and as such, we just might be the purveyors of the zombie apocalypse. You have been warned. We are the internet's ongoing traffic wreck, and Depends has nothing on us when it comes to carrying water for sports. Good morning, folks. I'm the Scorekeeper. Today is January 15th, 2022. Happy New Year's, and of course, it is MLB weekend. And I'm sorry, MLK weekend. Oops. Well, we'll get to the MLB stuff shortly because there's a whole lot of nothing going on. Good morning, Tony. Good morning. Folks, we're going to be getting to, thank you, young man. I hope your travels have gone well. And we're going to be doing a little bit of traveling this weekend, as a matter of fact. Oh, I don't have my stirrer for my coffee cup. Ugh. Whoops. I aired big time. And it's not 5 feet away, but I have to get up to go and do that. So I'm not going to do it till I get another host right now. So I can't take a hit of my cup of joe. But once again, good morning, everyone. I got to tell you, it's not as cold as it has been. It's only 55 degrees right now. So we're really excited about that. And it's going to get to, let's see, what's it going to be? Oh, 64 degrees. Ooh. So it's going to have an overnight low of 55. So next evening into the morning, it's going to be the same as it is right now. We do have 15% chance of rain right now here in Pomona, California, home of NDB Media World Headquarters. Yeah, you see the radar. We've got a chance for some rain. Right now, of course, the humidity is 33%. Pressure is 13.15 inches. Visibility allegedly is a 10-mile sky, and yet it's going to rain, but whatever. Wind is heading to the west at 2 miles per hour. The dew point is 26 degrees, and of course, UV index is 0 of 10, and the moon phase is a waxing gibbous. And sunrise out where I'm at is at 6:56 a.m., so we are at about 53 minutes from sunrise, and the sun sets at 5:04 p.m. Today in sports. Happy birthday shout out to Mary Pierce, and I was going for the coffee. Mary Pierce, 47th birthday. Congratulations, Mary. Good for you. Drew Brees turns 43 today. Good for you. And back in 2013, don't know why this is in sports, but I suppose that's who he married. Gomer Pyle, actor Jim Nabors, weds retired performer Stan Cadwallader. Oh, okay, at the Fairmont Olympic Hotel in Seattle. I see why. All right. The second one in that declaration as to who it was. Of course, back in 1942, at the beginning of World War II, U.S. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt sends his famed green light letter to Major League Commissioner Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis, encouraging baseball to continue playing during World War II. Not too bad. Back in big history, well, all that is big, but on January 15, 1967, the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the first Super Bowl of the National Football League, smash the American Football League. So it was a big deal. Of course, they won 35-10 in the first ever AFL NFL World Championship, later known as Super Bowl I, at the Memorial Coliseum. About 40 miles away from here. Founded in 1960 as a rival to the NFL, the AFL was still finding its way in 67, and the Packers had been heavily favored to win the game, as 60 million people turned in to watch the action unfold on television. The Chiefs managed to keep it close for the first half, and by halftime, Green Bay was ahead just 14-10. The Chiefs' only touchdown came in the second quarter on a 7-yard pass from quarterback Len Dawson to Curtis McClinton. The Packers, however, proceeded to break the game wide open after safety Willie Wood intercepted a Dawson pass and returned the ball 50 yards to set up a touchdown. Green Bay scored 3 more times in the second half as Elijah Pitts ran in 2 touchdowns, and backup end Max McGee, who came on the field after The starter, Boy Dowler, was injured on the sixth play of the game. He caught his second touchdown pass of the day. Prior to the game, McGee had only 4 receptions all year, kind of like Scorekeeper's belt-notching career. No, hell, that's 3 more then. But anyway, let's just say he was very successful that evening. And boy, did he score for a total of 138 yards. As I mentioned, he had several receptions for a total of 130. The Packers famed quarterback Brian Bartlett, Bart Starr, completed 16 of 23 passes on the night. And he was named MVP. Asked to comment on the matchup after the game, coach of Green Bay, Vince Lombardi, expressed a common opinion that even the best of the AFL, the Chiefs, don't compare with the top NFL teams. What a difference a day makes, and what a difference an ocean and a continent make. It's 2 in the afternoon over in the United Kingdom. Great Britannia. All hail the Queen. I'm not going to curtsy because I might fall over if I do so. But that's what happened today in Super Bowl history back in 1967. Also, in a significant day in American history, when you would hear airplane and New York, there was never good news. But it was on this day in 2009, non-sports related history, that Flight 1549, suffering what had not happened ever before, happened. A bird strike took out both engines, and the plane, miracle landing that today has not been duplicated by any pilot, via simulator, of course. Pilot Sully Sullenberger performs the miracle on the Hudson. I remember that day vividly, and it was incredible. Everyone survived. And forgive me, as you know, I do get emotional. But when that image happened in New York, there were hundreds of images that were out immediately. But the one that really struck at me, and it has nothing to do with how quickly the Port Authority, the fire department, and everyone who had a boat got there so fast. There was one image, and you have to work with me because of the way I'm describing this, and I know the video reverses everything, but Flight 1549 was in the water floating on the Hudson and moving south, and the Dawg cameras were getting the imagery, of course. And people were already beginning to head out into the wing, and off in the distance, and I haven't been able to find this video again. I know it's out there, but there is one of the ferries that, go across from New York to New Jersey, and you see it as, I can't say it no other way, hauling ass, man. It's just hauling, and you see it come in the screen, and the angle comes right to the airplane. It was amazing. I believe they got there within 7 minutes, which was an eternity for the passengers, of course. But they got there within 7. The first ferry was on scene. And I believe within 8 minutes, the first divers were in the water. Incredible. And today is a good day to remember that day. I can only imagine the horror that everyone went through. But that was a good story. So forgive me. That's one. That is one for the history books. I have a New Year vow. I was going to quit all my bad habits for the new year, but then I remembered nobody likes a quitter. So I have another one for you. This is a St. Peter one. 3 men die in a car accident Christmas Eve. They all find themselves at the pearly gates waiting to enter heaven. Upon entering, they're told that they must present something Christmassy in order to get in. The first man searches his pocket and finds some pine needles in the family's Christmas tree. Of course, he's let in. The second man presents a bow and some ribbon from presents that were opened earlier in that night. So he's also allowed in. That might have been Scorekeeper. The third man pulls out a pair of panties. That most definitely would not be Scorekeeper. Confused at the last gesture, St. Peter asks, "How do these represent Christmas?" To which he replies, "Oh, actually, my big Scorekeeper. Oh, they're carols." Timing is everything, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give a shout out to everyone who's giving us a like this morning. Tony Kanopka, Aisha Kerr, Sergio Lomeli. Thank you for everyone already watching us this early in the morning. And it looks like we're having a lot of sad news in Major League Baseball. I pulled an article this week of what the deal was in Major League Baseball, and I know we're going to go ahead and talk about that a little bit later, but what happened, and this is from sources because we don't know the full thing, that Major League Baseball on Thursday, it was announced this week that Major League Baseball management would be meeting with management of the Players Union on Thursday. While they met, Major League Baseball made a presentation, and, well, nothing happened. Major League Baseball hoped that the proposal would spur discussion with the union after the sides' failed negotiations leading up to the lockout led to 6 weeks of inaction. Topics not discussed Thursday that had been in the players' suite of asks include changes to the competitive balance tax and raising the minimum salary. While the league indicated before the lockout that it was not open to considering free agency before 6 years or changes to the current revenue sharing plan, the union could include both in the counterproposal. That's interesting. Whether management, being that I've been in negotiations often, it it doesn't matter what management says. If you want to talk about it, you can bring it to the table. Management, of course, has the option of saying, "Yeah, all right," but to actually dictate that, don't even bring that to the table, yeah, whatever. The timing of the union's rejoinder could be paramount to salvaging the mid-February reporting date for pitchers and catchers, as we've mentioned, though multiple sources fear that negotiations will pick up closer to the end of the month when the threat of losing regular season games becomes more realistic. I did say that there is an opportunity in February to strike a deal. When they start losing games and there's a reality that there won't be a season, people tend to give a little. The disappointment from the players in the league's proposal Thursday wasn't altogether unexpected. Major League Baseball offered a significant revamping of its system in compensating players with between 2 and 3 years of service, offering an increase in money going to those players through a formula that would determine their pay. Currently, the salaries of 2+ players are bifurcated. The top 22% of players in the class who have the most service time are designated as Super 2s and receive an extra year of arbitration eligibility, during which they're allowed to negotiate their salaries. The other 78%, regardless of performance, can be renewed by teams at just above the minimum salary. While Major League Baseball's proposal would eliminate Super 2s in the future, sources said, players who have at least 1 day of service would be able to choose between the current system that includes the Super 2s and the performance-based proposal. Between that and the implementation of the formula, which Major League Baseball previously proposed for all arbitration-eligible players, the immediate reaction from players, sources said, was negative, with fears that implementing a scale for 2+ players would at some point open the door to some other arbitration-eligible players. Currently, arbitration salaries are determined by a precedent-based system in which players compare their statistics to past players and negotiate their salaries. Didn't think it could be taken that way, but all right. All right. We'll see. Thank you, Aisha. The league's attempt to address, the teams. Oh my goodness. Screw it. I don't have my mixer. I'm not going to stick my finger in there and mix it because it's going to look bad on screen. Excuse me, unless I do it like, no, not going to do that. Did I wash my hands this morning? Yes, I did, but I walked over here. I fed the little kitty cats. So I put my hands, well, I didn't really put my hands in the cat food. I had my gloves on. I used a cup to throw the food at them. Yeah, I threw the food at them. Then I picked up my diary. I picked up the paperwork. Yeah. Not today. Do I do the swish? I learned the swish move from a coworker who was washing dishes at work years ago. He was doing the swish. I said, well, what are you doing? So I'm washing my bowl. We're swishing it with the water. Well, that's how we wash bowls. Nah. I cut myself doing it. All right. All right, forget it. I need to get that little mixer. Sorry for the pause. I'll still keep talking and annoying everyone. Oh my goodness. And I don't know why I keep saying, oh my goodness. I apologize. Oh, jeez. Okay, there we go. That was quick. I'm in my office. The spoons are right. Look, they're right there. Do you guys see that metal thingy right there? That's our coffee stand. And then if I move forward, that's a package that you're looking at from behind, which is what they call the Java jackets. Those little brown things you put around the cup. Well, going a bit further, about there, that's where the little stirrers and cups and spoons and thingies are. But oh, forgive me. I know. I'm being a little brat. So I was up at 2 a.m. as based on my activity on Facebook. And I fell asleep at around 4:45, and then my alarm went off at 5. Oh, God bless America. But anyway. So Major League Baseball proposed awarding a draft pick if a team places a top 100 prospect on its opening day roster. Then the player wins Rookie of the Year or finishes the top 3 of MVP or Cy Young voting within his first 3 seasons, sources said. The offer included the possibility of a pick in an international draft, sources said, indicating that the league is continuing to push for a change in the signing of non-domestic amateurs, which, if we remember correctly, as I've been talking about, yesterday was the deadline for Major League Baseball arbitration. So, if players accept arbitration,
was the deadline for Major League.
Good morning and Happy New Year, Big Dog.
Hola.
That is the difference of being a co-host and an administrator.
Yep.
You don't even have that. You just jump in and you say, "Uh-oh." Morning, my brother.
Although I do have a question.
MLK weekend.
Hola. It's a lot smaller, but it's okay. Hi, Aisha. I see that she's in. Hey, what's up, Tony?
What's a lot smaller? Oh, and Sergio's in too.
Oh, I don't. He hasn't. He's not in the comments I can see.
He liked it.
The screen itself is smaller. It's in the corner, but that's because of the. I can fix that right now. The question I was wondering about was when you posted this week's playoffs.
It's weekly.
Picks, huh?
It's going to be weekly.
I'm not done. Piece of shit. I try to edit it so everybody can see, the names and stuff, because how I edit from the comments, I put it into the main part so no one has to look at the comments. It won't let me edit. That's the only function that's not allowed. But every other post that you post, I can edit. But that particular one, I cannot.
There's got to be an issue with the Facebook post. Then I'm surprised. I didn't set. The only thing I'm thinking is because I posted it to be at the top.
I was wondering about that.
That might be preventing it. I'm gonna try something real big. Oh, thank you to the big dog, even unconsciously.
Well, and
let me see if I can edit it.
Okay.
No, sir, go ahead. I interrupted you. What a shock.
No. When you were talking, I was trying to get in faster, but I couldn't find my my earbuds. I thought you were talking about Taco Bell when you were talking baseball, because you said the Super Twos.
Oh, very good. Okay, now there. Hello, big fog. Oh, dog. That's my cousin Sergio.
That's Sergio.
That was funny. We make those mistakes, or it's just our desire to be in. But we have quite a few people watching us, folks. Let us know who you are and where you hail from. And yes, I do have a link at the bottom. It's actually existed for months and months and months. So we did advertise this week And I did have a post from someone that was beyond stupid. I think her name was something Wells, Sherry Wells. And she was lame basing the fact that
She blonde?
I don't know. She's
No comment.
eaten well in her life. That's about all I'm going to say. But she attacked the ad that I was advertising. I don't never do business with you. Whatever. Woman, blame Facebook. This is an ad. We don't determine who it goes to. Blame Facebook. But I was too tempted, and I did. I checked her profile, and I was like, go take your ignorant belief system and leave us. So I blocked the individual. And it was just unbelievable. I don't understand why she would say what she did, but don't know, don't care. It's done. There was a post by someone by the name of Blank Wells. And when I saw the person, I thought it should have been someone along the lines of a Karen. But anyway. And the big dog takes the initiative. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The man of the hour. Good morning, Dreem. How are you?
Good morning. I am good. I don't know about man of the hour. Maybe the man of the 30 seconds. About it.
Oh no, let's not talk about Scorekeeper sex life.
Wait a minute. No, wait. If it's 30 seconds, I'm still not in the conversation. You missed the joke that I did. I actually had several jokes which Aisha commented on. I hate. There's no one else to do it, so I had to slam myself. So take that for what it is. I was the butt of my own jokes several times this morning.
Oh, you slammed yourself. Sounds like a regular Friday night.
Yep.
No.
There is
no Friday nights. I don't do. I'm bored. Folks.
Takes a whole new meaning to go fuck yourself.
I would have made it. You're funny. I just nope. Don't do that. I'm a boring guy. It is what it is. Big Dog, did you just list people on the Sports Talk with the Guys page? Because everyone's name was on it except me. Did I upset you?
Did I? Huh?
Oh, okay. Aisha, when I tried to tag everyone.
No,
okay.
That wasn't me, Aisha. That was Scorekeeper. He's the one that's upset with you.
No. No. Okay, this is the way it works.
He's not upset. He's downset.
That might still be a compliment, but we'll leave it at that. Aisha, I, for Facebook purposes, tagged everyone. And since you had not liked the page, I could not tag you. So, be that as it may, I sent you an invite, and you accepted. You liked the page.
So now we can tag her. Now all the guys here can tag her.
All right, Aisha, you're it.
Oh, yeah, you're it. Yeah. So, very good.
Oh, before we go any
Big
further,
Dog knew where I was going with this. Yes, I do have some news. Go ahead, Big Dog.
Just since it's been so long since we've had the privilege and honor of having Dreem on, welcome back, Stud Muffin.
Thank you. Oh man, it's been a minute. It has. So I did want to say hi to everybody. I don't know how long I can stay on today because I do have opening duties and everything else. Now it's a party. You're right. It is a party indeed. But I might have to bail out a little while later because, like I said, I got opening duties today. I've been here early getting my stuff done, but there's just too much stuff.
So, in addition to you, I have to know, how is she doing, buddy? How is your significant other? Is she doing better?
Yeah, she's doing better. Just like we had some guests come in, so we had we had some time to just kind of de-stress and relax a little bit. Drove around New Orleans, showed the tours, did all that, and it was fun.
I'm so happy for you, Dreem. I've said it in person. I'm saying it on air. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for the responsibility that you have and for everything that came at you, dude. This last month and a half, I thought it was difficult. And Dreem is in it. Folks, I admire the people that no matter what comes their way, they wake up every morning, they get that proverbial ticket, put it in the machine, and they punch their clock, and they live and work every day, no matter what is coming at them.
Coffee. Coffee
All
is
right.
king.
Yeah, that too. But I am so thrilled.
What are you doing with coffee?
No. Hey, don't even do that. Don't even go that way. But damn, looks like I got tagged again. Oh, good morning, Dreem. Nice to hear you. That was Big Dawg, I believe. But I'm gonna see if I can edit the post. Folks, we were talking very briefly about that post. Oh, Big Dawg. I know why I can't edit the post.
Why?
It's an ad. The ad was running. I cannot. I put an ad on that post, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I was unable to edit it. I'm so sorry, Big Dawg. That has to be the reason. Oh, yeah. Okay. For legal reasons, if you advertise something, you can't change it. You know, just because someone can always come back and say, hey, you said this, but then you.
Yeah. That's mainly when you're selling something, but you know.
Yeah, and I put in the disclaimer, no purchase necessary to get around that. Very good, Dreem. Very good. You must be a business owner.
And the funny thing is, like, if you do have any kind of edit, you have to send out a whole nother thing to edit the actual ad. Like, you have to send a flyer out with this saying that the ad has changed and that you have to have it posted. It's a whole slew of things you have to do to change anything. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, as you like to say. Moving on. How's it going?
One of the phrases that people are trying to get away with, apparently, I'm going to do this on Monday Night America when I get back to Monday Night America, is that there are phrases that have already run their course. And one of them, similar to what Dreem said, moving on, is let's circle back. People have said that phrase has got to go. And another phrase they're saying is already has got to go is a new normal. People have had it. They want to see that world come to an end.
There is nothing normal about the society we live in right now.
Right, but it's not the new normal. So I just want to throw those ones in right now, folks. So, Dreem, you have a joke for us? And don't worry, the diva's not here, so you won't get booted. Don't worry about it. You can tell whatever joke you'd like to tell. And Big Dawg, go ahead.
I do not have a joke. I'm sorry. I was not prepared for this.
I know. I thank you for keeping my dignity because you would have told a joke about me. I know Big Dawg always has a joke, or he will have one. I already delivered 2 of them this morning. So I always do it right before Big Dawg arrives because I do my monologue for about 10, 15 minutes, which is funny. But anyway, I was talking about Major League Baseball, and I did go over some of the details. But, folks, the reality is that Major League Baseball came back with another proposal to entice the players, and it was no good. There's no love on it, and there's not any movement yet. As I told everyone, we'll see movement in February when things begin to get exciting. So, very quickly, on the calendar, which I didn't get a chance to, I alluded to, of course, this is the first week of the NFL postseason. This is wild card weekend. And for the first time ever, and I want to slam one of the NFL announcers. Oh, what a moron. I didn't write down who it was, but for the first time ever in the history of the NFL, a wild card game will be on a Monday. So this is the first. If you tune in to watch it, it is the first time the NFL has a wild card game. Now, I did want to slam an announcer last week. He said, folks, we're in week 18 of the NFL. First time ever that we have a week 18 in the NFL. Jackass. Don't you remember the first year that they implemented the bye system? Each team had 2 byes. So it was a 16-week season, which was extended 2 weeks because teams had 2 byes. And the belief was there were so few games that it was not a good idea. So, jackass, there was an 18th week before. Moron.
There was 2 buys. He needs to go bye-bye.
Yeah. Oh, very good, Dreem. Very good. Had I been there, I would have turned and said, "Hey, millennial, the world did exist before you." I wanted to.
Okay,
But anyway.
boomer.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Very good. Next week, of course, is the NFL divisional round. But before that, on the 20th, we are expecting the new 2022 Major League Baseball Hall of Fame class. So that will be announced. The NFL conference finals are on the 30th. And going into February, it's going to be an incredible month. Allegedly, it's either the Admirals or the Commanders, if we believe the rumors. But on February 2nd, Wednesday, Washington will announce their new name, the Washington football team.
Oh, please, 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 please copyright the Admiral.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Well, it's the Admirals. So,
copyright it somehow.
Copyright it.
Make it a copyright so you can collect some royalties, buddy.
Fair enough. The Winter Olympics open on February 4th. The NHL All-Star Game is in Las Vegas on the 5th. And then we have what has begun to hit in Southern California, the ads. First time ever, the NASCAR event at the Coliseum is going to take place. And then, of course, we have the NFL Pro Bowl at Allegiant Stadium on the 6th. On the 13th, we have the Super Bowl. On the 20th, we have the end of the Winter Olympics. NASCAR Daytona, opening day. The NBA All-Star Game is in Cleveland. On the 22nd, we already have the NFL franchising transition player tags. And on the 27th, NASCAR Fontana and IndyCar opens up in St. Petersburg. So that's a quick look at the schedule, and if everything
You forgot the biggest game of the year in just a couple of weeks, right here in SoFi Stadium.
I said that on the 13th.
Did you say?
Yes, I said on the 13th. So anyway, and we did receive news from the health department and the governor, the health department of Los Angeles County, and the governor of California, that the Super Bowl will not be moving.
Of course not. They're not going to lose. They're not going to lose the literal tens of millions of dollars. Most likely hundreds of millions of dollars. Huh.
Jeez.
I'm
good.
Yeah, I did close that one a bit too quick. Thank you, Aisha. I thank you for joining that. I may make it a requirement that everyone has to come in with a joke. That'd be kind of fun if you think about. All right. Done, Admiral. Okay.
That just reminded me of Animal Farm when I first started reading it.
Oh,
all animals are equal. Some animals are more equal than others.
Yes. Oh my God, Animal Farm is a great tome. It really.
I made my daughter read it already. She's 12, and she's gonna be 13 this year. My God. But yeah, I made my daughter read it last year, and she loved it. And I was like, okay, but did you get it? And she was like, oh, heck yes.
Oh, yes. Folks, Animal Farm is really complex, yet terribly easy if you just open your mind a little bit. It's great. Really, way to go, Dreem. I like that. Animal Farm is a must-read. Folks, I know I didn't get a chance to talk about it again this week, but last week, a great individual left us by the name of Sidney Poitier. And wow, all the movies he's been in, it was amazing. But if you haven't seen it, it is Lilies of the Field. An absolutely wonderful movie. That's where he won his Oscar. And the first Oscar to a black thespian. It was well earned. Lilies of the Field. My daughters, I said, girls, I'd like you to sit down and watch this movie. And both of them did. And they appreciated it. 1960s black and white movie. 1967, I believe. They sat down and watched it, and they did enjoy it, which was really good. But anyway, all right, we're good. Nothing going on in baseball. As is, Edie's sad. So, Dreem did mute himself, so hopefully he'll be joining us and we'll see. The only news that we're getting out of Major League Baseball, other than the debacle on Thursday, which is what I'm going to say, is the blogosphere is going wild with Dreem free agent signings, Dreem deals, and waste of time.
Of course it is.
Yeah, waste of time. Aisha says, "Oh, Sydney's best film for me is To Sir with Love. That just really hits home for me. I know that movie. Another movie that he made, of course, is Guess Who's Coming for Dinner? Or is it Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Or Look Who's Coming to Dinner? Oh, you know what? Damn, I should know that one. I should know that one, and I don't. That movie was way ahead. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn good movie. And Tracy played the dad. Oh my god, he was actually all of them were absolutely awesome in that one. But we're a bit off topic, and I do apologize, but I do miss the passing of Sidney Poitier. I missed the man, I should say. Go ahead.
All right, I got one. I got a joke for you. Then it's in bad taste, so you might like it.
Hey, stop talking about me.
Cool.
What's the difference between Paul Walker and Betty White?
Oh boy.
Betty
I don't know
White
what.
died peacefully.
No. Paul Walker hit 100 before he died.
I shouldn't have laughed. I
will say that I'm proud of the fact that I did not laugh, but Dreem, it's here.
No, I miss Betty White, man. She's great.
Actually, her birthday is within days. It was
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I saw that joke come up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's horrible."
Okay.
And sliced bread is the greatest thing since Betty White.
Do you want a really dirty one or just a little bit dirty one?
Sports talk with the guys. Look,
No,
folks,
your choice. Your choice.
folks. This is what was thrown in my face. All right, when it was made clear to me, I said, "This is not sports talk with the guys." Like, oh, really? It's not?
You know what, Big
Well,
Dog?
thanks for sharing. Go
I
ahead,
am
Big
not-
Dog. This is sports talk with the guys.
I am not a high school female. I do not want just the tip. Give me the whole joke.
All right, so that's me. This is gonna be the bad one.
No, no pizzas and ovens. Don't.
Actually, the funny thing is, it is a pizza joke, but the oven's not with it. So this is the really bad one. And Aisha, I apologize already. The guys, it's whatever. Pizza.
My heart's racing,
Excuse me.
Mike.
Okay, here we go. Pineapple on a pizza is like going down on your cousin. It tastes good, but something just ain't right.
Oh God, that came from someone in Alabama
Or Mississippi.
or Mississippi.
Or yeah.
Congratulations to Georgia for taking it to Bama, I believe. So that was a surprise. Georgia really did beat Alabama. Yes. And
especially with that kid at quarterback, you know, the one that no one believed in and took them to the championship.
They got whooped.
That was honestly though, that was all defense that game.
Yeah, it was. It was still a hell of a game, though. I mean,
It was the pick sixes that really ruled it.
Oh yeah, he threw it right to him too.
I
was in an Uber when I was over in New Orleans, and I was going to go get the car to pick up the ladies, my wife and her friend, and the guy was talking about how Alabama's gonna win, Alabama's gonna crush them. My only problem is picking the over under, and I'm putting a parlay on this, and I'm going with Alabama for the over, and he bet like freaking. He told me he bet like $1,000 on there. Joke is more California.
That's
BD
according to the person. Because,
damn, right?
You
Yes.
know, BD is Big Dog.
Oh. Did you like it? Oh, okay.
It stands for "but damn, Big Dog."
And that's because of the pineapple on the pizza.
Right, yes. But that was good. I'm surprised the
I'm sorry,
gentleman.
we interrupted. Sorry.
Anyway, so this guy lost $1,000 on that game, but he would have made a lot of money had he won.
Well, the
He must
Raiders apparently screwed it for everyone. Apparently.
Okay, did you guys both see that game, the Raider game?
Oh, I was watching,
Nope.
of course.
Oh, you did not? Okay.
I didn't see
Scorekeeper,
the
in your
game.
opinion, since you watched the game, in your opinion, had the Chargers not called that timeout, would the Raiders have gone for the tie? Because it sure is for before you give your answer, I was watching it and it seemed that they were going to go for the tie to let the time run out. And when the coach of the Chargers called that timeout, all the Raiders seemed to get really pissed off about that. And I think they just went like, you know what, F you, we're going to go for the win now.
But did they win?
Yes.
They won, but the thing was, had they tied, the Chargers also would have went to the playoffs. And that would have knocked out the Steelers. But because it was not a tie, then the Steelers went in. So all the Chargers had to do was just let time run out. And it looked like that's where it was heading.
But did they win? That's all that matters.
Yes. The
So that's
Raiders
all that
did
matters.
win. Yes. Now,
So the Raiders win and the Chargers get F'd. Isn't that the story?
Yeah. I was looking for them to win, but based on the way the game was going, I was a tad frustrated because they were running and running and running. So if you look at what the Raiders were doing, it looked like the clock was in their favor to run the timeout. But after the timeout was called, he broke like a 12-yard run that put him in. This changed the whole game.
Oh, yeah.
The Raiders weren't getting yardage on their running. It looked like they were running out the clock. So, yes, when they stopped, I don't know if the Raiders got mad because I didn't see that part. So that's an interesting assumption, Big Dog. I just didn't see it, so and I'm not going to go back to see it. But
Morning, Gridiron Girl.
Did break off. Gridiron Girl, I was thinking about you. I was about to send you a message, so I'm glad you're here. I received your message. You know what, Gridiron Girl? I got your message. And yes, I was asleep, surprisingly, at that hour. So
on that note, hello to Gridiron Girl and goodbye to Gridiron Girl and goodbye to everybody. I got to get running to the kitchen.
But we did get your picks, right, sir?
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah.
We're going to do another post, and I'm going to have to do it that way, so I apologize, Big Dog. Are you able to edit it now since the ad has ended?
Oh, I haven't checked. Let me go in right now.
But so the Raiders got that like a 12-yard play, Big Dog. So I don't. It put them in position to, dude. You had to go for the field goal at that point.
Well, no, you didn't. That was the thing. I think they weren't going to go for it until the coach called that timeout. No, it's still not letting me.
Okay. All right, then I will place another post right now. But there would have been. The Raiders might have been in trouble then. And
also,
the NFL would be in trouble because if they're in position to win and clearly to win, why are you going to let the clock run out when the game is tied?
Because they're going to the playoffs regardless. I mean,
Big Dog, you go to win. And
okay, but is there a rule that says you have to kick a field goal for the win?
No, Big Dog, but in today's era, when you think of the way things are, they will always question. It's like, well, wait a minute. Why didn't you go for the win? You had the chance to kick the field goal. Because if you miss the field goal, there's a risk on a return, but
exactly. So the reality on that would be, let's just say they decided to run out the clock, and the question is just that. Why didn't you guys go for the win? Well, what if the punt was blocked and they ran it back for a touchdown? I mean, weirder things have happened and has happened. So if you're guaranteed a spot, if you just sit on the ball and you're guaranteed that playoff spot, and you haven't been in the playoffs for a few years, don't forget. So you're guaranteed a playoff spot and all you got to do is just sit on that clock. It's not going to change the positioning of where you're in. You're still going to go in at number 4 or 6 or whatever the hell number you are.
To answer your question, I think the Raiders were trying to run the clock out.
Yeah,
I think they were.
And I don't know if you saw the interview right after on the field when they interviewed Derek Carr, and the reporter asked him that.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, the reporter asked him, "Were you guys, what was the plan?" We weren't gonna go for the field goal.
They weren't in range,
and he said until the timeout. That timeout that the Chargers called was a show of disrespect, and that's why the Raiders, one of the ones that Scorekeeper loves, one of those unwritten rules.
Where? What? Oh, you know what? I'm not going to waste time on that.
I'm just saying. Derek Carr did not say it was an unwritten rule. Derek Carr did not say that. I'm just shooting the shit.
Time. Okay,
but
where is that disrespect by calling a timeout to try to get the ball back? They wouldn't have gotten
that's just it. They would not have gotten the ball back.
Okay, whether they got the ball back or not. The reason why the head coach called it is because he wanted to bring different players in because they were caught. That was the coach. He's still trying to play the game. So that's disrespect. I get it. Yeah, I'm not going to go with that. So, all right. The Raiders looked like they were trying to run it out. And they called the timeout. They changed the game.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't agree with you saying the coach was trying to bring players in. I don't agree with that.
No, he was asked.
Well, of course he has to make up something.
Okay, well,
he's not going to say,
"Oh yeah, I just a liar."
Well, he knows he screwed up. Like he said, almost everybody that was asked on the Raiders side said, "Had that timeout not been called, would you have went for the tie?" And everyone said yes. Even players on the Chargers were asking the Raiders, "Hey, if we didn't call a timeout, would you have gone for it?" They went, "Nope. We're gonna let the clock run out."
Okay, you're gonna let the clock run out, but part of the argument being made by people is that they got into range after No, I reject the argument because it's simple to say that just because one step led to another, you didn't know he was going to be in range after the timeout.
They were already in range. They were down to like 42 seconds or whatever it was when he called the timeout. They didn't move the ball forward. That 13-yard reception had already happened.
Okay, if they were going to call the timeout, and they did, and because they called the timeout, they kicked the field goal. Really? That's why they kicked the field goal.
Yes, they said, as I said, it was a show of disrespect.
Okay, well, I'm glad the blogosphere is doing that stuff.
It's just like in a baseball game, and the runner, if he's out between second and third, and instead of going around, runs right through the pitcher's mound. And the pitcher gets pissed off because that's a show of disrespect. Same thing.
I have no further comment on it.
Don't they get mad when they run through the pitcher's mound?
Yeah.
After they've been tagged out? Okay, why? There's no rule that says you're
and dumb and stupid. Well,
I'm not saying that they're not.
No,
I'm not saying they're not.
No, there actually is a rule. When the pitcher is on the mound, if a new player steps on the mound, that is now, or if I should be specific, and another player then goes to the mound, that is taken as a pitching change. So when you run over the mound, you're basically telling the pitcher, it's time for you to get out of here. That's why they get mad, because they're not supposed to do it. But,
okay,
they did it to me at one time. They actually crossed the mound. I'm like, yeah, whatever. The guy was going back. Who cares? He's not showing me up. Big Dog, I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. I don't have time for that. I don't see it. I don't want to. It's like, okay, you call that disrespect, so be it. The coach said at the very end, and he did change the players. He did substitute players. That's why I don't understand why. It woulda, coulda, shoulda. Raiders won. I'm happy. I don't care. Don't care. I'm really glad. I don't think the Raiders' chances are very good in the next game, but I'm still going to go with the Raiders. But, man, I didn't realize it was a boring Monday when it came to news for people to be talking about that. I do know that two players met, and there's video, and there's still images. I forget which Raider player was talking to the Charger player, and you can infer by the language. He's saying, "Dude, it looks like he's telling him we were going to run the clock out." And you can see the reaction of the player. It's like, damn, okay, yeah, we know that happened. So I have no further comment. I get it, Aisha. I know. It goes on the coach. The only one that called, the defensive team did not call it. No player did. The coach did. Hey, whatever. Good morning, coffee. Yeah, they get an excessive amount. Sometimes it's guaranteed. Sometimes it's not. Did you know that, coffee? So, we'll see. Aisha says, okay, I apologize. I'd gotten away from some of these. And, it was safe for them to get in. And something I alluded to a little while ago, that it was safe. Had they gone for the tie, apparently all the sports books in Las Vegas were going to take a massive hit.
They were going to lose, yeah. I heard hundreds of millions of dollars.
Because apparently some people had the parlay, and this is where I have no idea. I understand what it is, but Big Dog knows quite a bit of it. Apparently the parlay was like an additional $5. So, or whatever, it was like $5 or $7. So when you place your first bet and you set up the second one, it was like $7, whatever it was. The second amount was like infinitesimally tiny. I stuttered when I said that. And it said if there was a tie, it was like ridiculous. Las Vegas would have paid out close to $1 billion, it was estimated. That's a lot of money. So, you know what? I think it is almost every decade. Yeah. But I think they're going to be there for at least 30 years. But
every decade. Every decade,
man.
Every decade. The Raiders, I believe, didn't they leave in the 80s? They left LA in the 80s.
Well, okay, they left Oakland just in time for the Super Bowl, so that was around 82, 83. And they're here in LA, and then they left right after the Northridge earthquake, which was in 1994. So I don't remember if 94 was their last season or if it was 95, but it was at that
either way,
time,
still 90s.
Left. So, and now the Raiders moved in, I guess officially 2020. So, hey, I think they're ready for another move in about 10 years minimum, but we'll see. It's a nice place to play. They might be there for 20 years. So, let me clear this up, folks. We are going to get into the picks for the NFL shortly. We got about 6 minutes. So before you want to do that, Big Dog, is there anything else that you want to talk about? Your thoughts of the weekend? It was an exciting weekend in the NFL.
It was a great weekend. It was a great final week of the season. And of course, I did it on Facebook, but we'll do it here officially. Of course, congratulations to the inaugural prognosticator champion of Sports Talk with the Guys, and it is, of course, Gridiron Girl.
Congratulations.
She did very, very well. And let me see if I can pull up real quick Yep, here we go. Alrighty. So it was Gridiron Girl with the final tab of 166 wins and 88 losses for 65.4%. Scorekeeper came in second. Excuse me. 164 wins and 88 losses for 65.1%. I came in third at 64.3. Then it was Tony at 63.8. Almighty.
Nowhere, man.
Yeah, he had a great last 3-4 weeks, and he catapulted. So, 63.8. Almighty at 62.4. Aisha at 61.7. Dreem at 57% flat. Speedy at 53.6%. And Roz came in at 49.2, but her last 3-4 weeks she had excellent last 3-4 weeks where she was averaging about 65 to 70% of the wins. So she really upped her score. I was hoping we could get her to 50%. She came close. It was 120 wins, 124 losses. People that had fewer than 100 picks this season, I'll just go percentage-wise. Ross was 2-0, 100%. Corvo was 1-0, 100%. Charlie was 11-4, 73.3.
That's my nephew.
JM was 25-18, 58.1. Lewis was 7-6, 53.8. Sergio was 48-47, 50.5. Andre was 9-9, 50%. And Coffee was 6-7, 46.2%. And that was everyone.
All right, folks. Yes, there it is. Well done. Next year, folks, the calendar looks absolutely awesome. We have no off days. I'm already looking ahead. I don't know why, but we never start on opening weekend. We've never done it. I've noticed in the picking for the NFL. We always start week 2 for some reason. We've never done it, but I'm looking to do that this year, where we will be announcing it in advance. I already have it on calendar that we are going to be doing that moving forward. So the picking will start on Labor Day weekend. We'll be on air, of course, September 3rd. This year, September 11th does fall on a Sunday, so we will not have to worry about that. And it'll be good. It should be fun. And it'll be exciting. But we're not done. We're about to enter the playoffs, as we're about 2 minutes away. Big Dog.
Yes. I wanted to get your thoughts. And you just barely touched on it. I actually just announced it, but I wanted you to get your thoughts about what do you think about having NASCAR inside the Coliseum?
I'm excited about it. I haven't looked at the prices, but I can't go because I'm already in the thick of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am inundated with job. I'm on job 11 already, and it's January 15th. I never have this much to do, and I already have like close to 20 appointments scheduled moving forward. I've never been this easy. And because of who I work with and who I'm associated with, I've already filed returns. That's crazy. And taxis actually officially opens on the 24th, but we're always ahead of the game. So we've actually already filed returns, and we're waiting for responses on them. But to answer his question, I got sidetracked. Jedi.tax. I got distracted in that I won't be able to go to the event. I would like to, unless it's late on Sunday. But that's my first weekend in February, man.
It wouldn't be late.
Midday, man. It's gonna be midday.
Yeah, because I have to take East Coast into consideration.
Yeah.
I was wondering though so they're putting down asphalt. They must be doing some sort of layer and then put the asphalt on top of that, or
Big Dog, you and sorry, I'm not an expert at this, but it's really what they're going to use that is not necessarily the slurry, because the slurry is what seals it in, but it's not that difficult to put the aggregate and all that stuff, the black material of the roadway, and then you cover it with the seal. You can have asphalt in 4 to 6 hours because it just takes time for it to dry and set. I'm interested to see what they're going to do, but it's really not that difficult because it's not permanent.
I know, and that's my concern because they're probably building some, of course, because of the angle. You have to have that angle, so they're building some sort of wooden contraption and then having to seal it. So I'm just wondering, with that type of speed, that type of weight, everything else that's included that has to be thought about, which of course Scorekeeper's favorite people, the engineers, have to figure out. I'm just wondering,
but I trust these engineers because there are ramifications if they screw up.
Oh, big, and that's what I'm wondering about. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they probably triple and quadruple checked their numbers.
Well, as all engineers do, folks. I slam the ones that I work with. Okay, I do because I've had to deal with especially choice ones, and my angst and my animosity was really directed at two people. I'm not going to get into that story. All I can say is one of them is actually retiring within days, much to my surprise. And he's still a division head. Oh, too bad.
What should he be?
He was on the fast track to being director. And then he decided to make something personal. And he lost.
Oh, that one. Oh, okay.
That one. Yep. I'll tell you off air, Gridiron Girl. You know the individual too, but never made deputy. Because you made it personal. He's not the only
one. On to the NFL picks.
Yep. It is 7:02 a.m. We're going to go over very quickly how the season ended in the NFL. And then we're going to get right into the game. So, folks, as we do traditionally, we kind of do the standings in the NFL. It's a lot easier than in the other sports. So, some really exciting stuff. The standings, the final season results. Buffalo, 11-6. New England, 10-7. Miami, 9-8. And the Jets, 4-13. In the AFC North, Cincinnati, 10-7. The Steelers, because of the debacle of the Charger-Raider game, 9-7-1. And they were minus 55. Dude, I knew they were not doing good. I had no idea they were minus 55. That's crazy. Net points. Cleveland Browns 8-9, tied with Baltimore. That's what did Rosin was Baltimore, having an uncharacteristic, un-Baltimore-like season. The Tennessee Titans of the AFC South took it at 12-5. The Colts 9-8. The Texans, 4-13, and the lowly Jacksonville Jaguars 3-14. Upset on the final game of the season. Did they upset Tennessee, or who did they upset? Well, it doesn't matter.
Who's that? I'm sorry.
Jacksonville. But anyway, in the AFC West, Kansas City Chiefs 12-5. Your Las Vegas Raiders at 10-7. The Chargers finished 9-8, and the Denver Broncos 7-10. Who are plus 13 on the points. In the National Football Conference in the NFC East, Dallas Cowboys 12-5, Philadelphia Eagles 9-8. The former team, who may now be the Admirals, as I talked last week, it may be something because when you looked up the link, it went to a cancer program. So they might be, they might have tricked everyone by making them go to that website, which is really a good thing if they were to donate anyway. Washington football team finished 7-10. The New York Giants are 4-13. In the NFC North, Green Bay 13-4, which I believe was the best record in the NFL, but they were tied with someone else. Minnesota Vikings ended up 8-9. The Chicago Bears, Cuervo 6-11, and the Detroit Lions 3-13-1. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers 13-4. The New Orleans Saints 9-8. Atlanta Falcons 7-10. Carolina Panthers 5-12. And finally, in the NFC West, the Rams 12-5. The Cardinals 11-6. The 49ers 10-7. And the Seattle Seahawks, unfortunately, at 7-10. Those are the standings, folks. Let me start up the screen, and we are going to get to the picks for the games coming up. You're going to notice that I'm switching to the NFL page right now, so I ask you to bear with me. I'm going to get rid of these other two tabs, And we have those are all my links and notes and stuff. So sorry. Here are the NFL picks. The first game, folks, that we're going to be talking about is today's game at 1:35 Pacific time. It is the Las Vegas Raiders visiting. I know, geez, that's embarrassing. I still can't get away from it. But here, it's coming up right now. I apologize. It's coming up. The Las Vegas Raiders 10-7 visiting the Cincinnati Bengals at 10-7 at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be on NBC. It's at Paul Brown Stadium. You can catch it on NBC, Peacock, and Univision. You can listen to it on NFL Game Pass, Westwood One, Sirius XM, and TuneIn. The Raiders on offense are 11th overall. The Bengals are 13th. On defense, the Raiders are 14th. The Bengals are 18th. When it comes to passing, the Raiders are a tad above them at 6th overall. Bengals are 7th. But one of the key indicators here is the Raiders' rushing game, which led to that issue. Are 28th overall. Really bad. And the Bengals are 23rd in rushing. The last time these two teams played was earlier in the season, late last year, and the Bengals just obliterated the Raiders 32-13 at Las Vegas on November 12th, 2021. Big Dog, what do you have for the line on this one?
The Bengals by 5.5.
Okay. And I believe we already have picks, do we not? Folks, I know
Yeah,
what it is.
Pull them up.
I'm going with Scorekeeper is going with the Raiders on this one. Just because I'm going to do that. Gridiron Girl, congratulations. Fires it off. It is the Bengals. And then Tony says the Bengals are going to take this one 31-23. All right. Big Dog, thank you for your assistance, if you would.
Okay, let's see here. Nerdvana is taking the Bengals.
Okay, timeout. Aisha, would you refresh your screen? Sometimes it happens due to the connection. Because I'm still live, thank goodness. Close the link or refresh the page on your computer. That should help. Yes, Nirvana is taking who?
Nerdvana is taking the Bengals.
Okay, thank you. Folks, he's a real person. Nerdvana, he had a when he played fantasy football, that was his team, Nerdvana. So he accepted that one. He's been here from time to time, but that's his call sign, Nerdvana.
Okay, Aisha's taking the Raiders.
Woohoo!
Dreem is taking the Bengals. Roz is taking the Bengals. Gridiron Girl's taking the Bengals.
Got it. Thank you.
Oh, man. Son of a bitch. Nah, the hell with it. I'll take the Raiders.
Wow.
I'm going with the heart instead of the head.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going with the heart on this one. I think I made that one clear. I really believe the Bengals are going to take this one. But, okay. Thank you, Aisha. I am sorry, but I'm glad you're back. So, Aisha is taking the Raiders. Thank you. I gave you a big woohoo because you're.
And it's interesting because the Raiders have won 4 in a row. So, can they keep the streak going?
Gridiron Girl, I didn't slam you on that one. I did not. I think the Bengals are going to win, but I'm going to go with the Raiders. It will be, the Bengals are at home, and they're 10-7. If you look at it just simply, the Bengals are the favorite. Oh, I'm sorry. I will.
Because it should be pretty damn close.
Oh, it is. So it's 11, 14, 6, and 28, which is 59. And that's really why I went with the Raiders, even though they got their clocks cleaned. 13, 18, 7, and 23. 61. I went by the numbers on this one.
They're right there.
I go with them. Whoever's the home team, I want them, says Coffee. Thank you, Coffee. Did my cousin Sergio make any picks? I think he did. Yes, and I'm sorry that you have to search for them. So
I don't see Sergio on here.
okay, Coffee
Unless
is
unless there's some hidden messages here.
hopefully not.
And
folks,
let me see.
I apologize that we weren't able to make the changes on that post. I was advertising, folks. I paid a little bit of money for the advertising, which is part of the budget now. Our likes shot up to 100. We're at 100 now on Sports Talk with the Guys, and it's worthwhile to me to do so. And we're gonna continue to invest from time to time. But now I understand that I have to watch that. That if we advertise, we cannot edit that post, and I should have known that one.
Sergio did not make it. Sergio did not make any picks on this post.
Thank you. And Gridiron Girl, appreciate the love. Of course, Dreem, Sergio, Aisha, and Tony have given us the love right now. It's going to be a good game. Just play with you. I'm going to keep that post. I'm going to keep that post for all eternity. Yes, Aisha. I believe it is. Well, Coffee 77. That's the player in the NHL. So let me see. Coffee. No, it's 1E. But thank you. Thanks, young lady. Aisha, his online ID is Coffee77 from one of the all-time greats in the NHL. That's why we refer to him as Coffee. But he's right there. That's Dan in the chat room. You are so right. Dreem should be with an A. And it just goes to show you. This Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. So I believe we have all the picks in for right now. Let's go to the next game, which, of course, is going to be the Patriots at the Bills. I cannot believe the vitriol directed at the Saints. I thought it was Brady. There was a lot directed at Brady, but I am stunned. I am absolutely stunned at the hatred at the Patriots. But whatever. Hey, it is what it is. America.
So okay. Yeah, you threw me because you said the Saints. So that's always like, what does Brady have to do with
I meant
the
the
Saints?
Patriots. I meant the Patriots. I apologize,
what's being said? I haven't even.
Oh wow! Don't waste your time, Big Dog. But there was endless posts of America's favorite team, and they show the Patriots as in losers, as in everyone loves to cheer against the Patriots. And I really thought that it was because of Brady. So
no, it's because of Belichick.
Yeah, well, I suppose. So I was just stunned that there was more directed at the Patriots than anyone else. At least that's what I was going by. But it's the Patriots versus the Bills at 5:15 p.m. today on CBS. It's at Highmark Stadium. You can watch it on CBS and Paramount Plus. You can listen to it on NFL Game Pass, Westwood One, Sirius XM, and tune in. The Patriots are 15th in total offense. The Bills are 5th in defense. These are two good teams. Patriots are 4th. The Bills are number 1 in the entire league. In passing, the Patriots are in the upper half at 14th. The Bills are in the upper. Now, they're in the second quarter of passing at 9th. Where do I get my numbers? 32. 16 is a half, and then 8. So they're in the second quarter because they're between 9 and 16. So anyway, in rushing, the Patriots are 8th, and the Bills are 6th. So they're in the top quarter of teams.
Do me a favor, Scorekeeper. Add up the Bills. That might be the lowest score ever.
Oh, the Bills. It may be. Yeah, they're at 21, folks. And
that is
the Patriots are 15, 4, 14, and 8. They're at 41. It's almost 2-1, folks, on the numbers. This pick makes it easy for me. But last time, the Bills visiting New England won 33-21 on December 5th, 2021. And it looks like Tony and I are on the same page on this one. But Big Dog, what is the line for this one, please?
I thought it would be a lot more, but it's not. The Bills by 4.5.
Scorekeeper is going with the Bills. Okay, timeout. I just got notice. I should have done this earlier. I meant to talk about it earlier. But about 6 hours ago, for those of you that know and don't know, there has
the
been a
tsunami warning?
major. It's a tsunami warning, but
Yeah.
there was a volcanic eruption near Tonga. It is on the volcanic explosivity index of 5. This is significant. It goes to 8. And this is big. It's an underwater volcano that exploded. There's imagery going around the world right now, but a tsunami hit within minutes. I believe the capital of Tonga was like within 40 kilometers. Might have been even closer than that. The imagery is frightening, folks. But just right now, we received notice here on the West Coast that there is a tsunami on its way. Now, I don't know the size of the tsunami, but we can expect a significant increase in surf. The tsunami has already hit Tonga, of course. The surf was, I don't know what the tsunami was, but it was probably in the 6 to 12 foot range. So this is serious. The tsunami is traveling around the world right now. I am going out on a limb, and I am telling people that there will be a significant increase in surf on the West Coast. So just be sharp, be smart, avoid going near the waters right now, ladies and gentlemen. So this is serious real world stuff. I do apologize.
And of course, Hawaii is going to get hit first before we get hit.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Sorry, Siri. No, wasn't. I apologize, Siri. Gridiron Girl says Patriots coach scare me, but nevertheless, I'm going with Buffalo. So thank you for that. I'm sorry for the interruption, folks. Tony did call the game almost instantly. He says 27-20. Oh, something happened. Why did it jump down there? 27-20. Gridiron Girl is going with Bills. What do we have, Big Dog?
Okay, Nerdvana is going with the Bills.
Coffee is going with the Bills.
Aisha is going with the Patriots. Sorry.
To answer very quickly, Aisha, yes. Actually, this tsunami is expected to go around the world, but the further out it goes, yeah. I believe Japan is actually a bit further in distance than the West Coast, but I'm expecting them to be hit as well. This is a pretty big event that's going on right now. Folks, I'm sorry. Let me shut down Outlook. It's that's why I'm getting all these messages. I'm sorry. So I was distracted. Just to answer you, Aisha. So after Nirvana, we had coffee. What else is it, Big Dog?
Aisha is taking the Patriots.
Oh, good for you, Aisha.
Dreem is taking the Bills. Roz is taking the Bills. You already have Gridiron Girl done, right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
What would that be for you?
I'm going to take the Bills.
All right, folks. That's Saturday. We're now going to run on over to Sunday, and this one is at 10 a.m. on Fox. So far, the first two games, I'm hoping for good games, folks. These are good teams, but we'll see about the Raiders because the Raiders do what the Raiders do. But anyway, the next game that we're looking at is Tony. Philadelphia Eagles 9-8 visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 13-4. It's at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Fox. It's at Raymond James Stadium. You can watch it on Fox Deportes, and you can listen to it on the NFL Game Pass, Westwood One, Sirius XM, and Tune In. The Eagles are 14th on offense, so they're in the top half. The Buccaneers are just out of number one. They're second. In team defense, the Eagles have an advantage. They're 10th. The Buccaneers are 13th. Yeah, yes, Aisha, you're the only one on that one. For passing, the Eagles are 25th overall, and the Buccaneers are number one. And in rushing, the Eagles are number one, and the Buccaneers are 26th. Wow. So if you look at the points, 14, 10, 25, and 1, They're at 50. The Buccaneers are 2, 13, 1, and 26 are 42. It's a lot closer than you would think, but it is still clearly in the Buccaneers' favor. Last time these two teams played, October 14th, 2021, Buccaneers 28, Eagles 22. Big Dog, what is the line on this one?
The second largest spread of the weekend, it goes to the Buccaneers. They are a -8.5.
All right, this one's a little easier for me. I'm sorry, Tony, but I am going for the Buccaneers on this one. I just don't see it any other way. Go ahead, Big Dog. What's your pick?
I'm gonna take the Buccaneers. They should steamroll. Nerdvana is taking the Buccaneers. Let's see where. Okay, Aisha is taking the Buccaneers. Dreem is taking the Buccaneers. Color Maven. She's taking the Eagles.
Oh, wait, who's taking the Eagles?
Roz.
And Tony, of course. Tony says, in the shock of shocks, it's going to be 28-27. That is.
And Gridiron Girl is taking the Buccaneers.
All right. And let me see. Of course, Coffee says, pretty sure Japan is always under threat by Godzilla. And I think there's some truth to that. So,
and of course, Coffee would be under Buccaneers also.
Yes. Thank you, Tony. All right, and yes, Coffee will take the home team. All right, folks. So we have the next game, which is going to be at 1:30. It's can I get it from right here? Yeah, there it is. San Francisco visiting the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry I didn't have these set up in advance. San Francisco 49ers 10-7, Cowboys 12-5 at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. I can only imagine what Aisha is going to go for on this one. It's on CBS. It's at AT&T Stadium. You can watch it on CBS, Paramount Plus, Nick, and Amazon Prime Video. You can listen to it on NFL Game Pass, Westwood One, Sirius XM, and TuneIn. The 49ers are 7th in offense. The Cowboys are number 1 in offense. In defense, the 49ers are 3rd. Cowboys are 19th. In passing, the 49ers are 12th. Cowboys are 2nd. And when it comes to rushing, the 49ers are 7th. Cowboys are 9th. It's a 7, 3, 12, and 7. That's 29, folks, for the 49ers. And that's 31 for the Cowboys. And last time these two teams played was a wild one on December 20th, 2020 at AT&T Stadium. The Cowboys outlasted the 49ers 41-33. What is the line on this one, Big Dog?
Dallas by 3.
All right, Aisha, unless I'm absolutely wrong, Tony says that he's going to take the 49ers 27-23. Scorekeeper is going to take the Cowboys. Big Dog, what's going to be for you? Because I believe Aisha is going with the Cowboys. That's her team.
I'm going to go with the Niners. I still feel the rash from taking the Cowboys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes,
3-4 weeks ago. Okay, here we go. Nerdvana is taking Dallas.
Okay.
Aisha is taking the Cowboys. Thomas is taking the Niners. Roz is taking the Niners. And Gridiron Girl is taking the Cowboys.
And Coffee is changing it up. He is taking the 49ers for the win.
Wow.
Coffee said, I'm sorry, Gridiron Girl says this game scares her the most. Wow.
Yeah, this one could go either way.
Yeah. Yeah, this one has us all fumbling for commentary. I knew what you meant, Gridiron Girl, mostest. So it's, yeah. Actually, by the way, mostest, while it may be grammatically incorrect, it actually does fit. But the first time mostest was used in an official capacity was back in the 1980s when Secretary of the Defense Lehman said that he not only sees one but two aircraft carriers being deployed into the of the North Sea and into the Norwegian Sea to take on the Soviets, because our strategy is get there the furthest with the mostest. And he used it in an official speech, and that word has stuck ever since then. I'm sure other people have used it, but it was the first time it was used officially in American government and politics. Mostest. A little bit of trivia. Coffee says defense wins titles, and the Cowboys haven't played any since 1994. All right. I like it. So, next game that we're going to get to is going to be real easy.
The sentimental favorite coming up.
Yes, he's not done yet. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Kansas City Chiefs. 9-7-1 versus
12-5.
12-5. I apologize. At 5:15 p.m. on NBC. It is the evening game?
Yes, 5:15.
Yeah.
Time.
It's the Sunday night game. I apologize. All right. It's at Geeka Field at Arrowhead Stadium. You can watch it on NBC, Peacock, and Telemundo. You can listen to it on NFL Game Pass, Westwood One, Sirius XM, and Tune In. And thank you. We just got another like, folks. Appreciate it. Roz, thank you. Good stuff. The Steelers are 23rd in total offense. The Chiefs are 3rd. In defense, the Steelers are 24th. In total defense, the Chiefs are 27th. In passing, Steelers are 15th. Chiefs are 4th. In rushing, Chiefs are 16th. Steelers are 29th. They're abysmal. Last time these two teams played, it was a blowout. The Chiefs 36-10 over the Steelers at home, December 25th, 2021. Big Dog. What do you have?
Biggest spread of the weekend, Chiefs by 12.5.
I am a sentimental favorite because we're watching an incredibly talented guy. But yeah, Tony beat me to it. He says it's going to be 37-20. Scorekeeper is going with the Chiefs, and I think we're going to start having the ones right now. Obviously, I'm going to take Coffee unless he says otherwise. Coffee is going for the Chiefs at home. What do you have, Big Dog?
Okay, Nerdvana is taking Kansas City. Aisha is taking the Chiefs. Thomas is taking the Chiefs. Roz is taking the Chiefs.
Oh, I see what's going on. Hold on a moment, Big Dog. I see what happened.
What?
Okay, that's there. Okay, Aisha, the Chiefs. Dreem is taking the Chiefs. It looks like Gridiron Girl is taking the Chiefs. What do you have next?
And Roz is taking the Chiefs.
All right.
And I'm taking the Chiefs.
Wow. That's crazy. That's the first time in our inaugural playoff run that we have everyone is taking the Chiefs on this one. Now I'm not all excited about it. So Coffee says Casey and JoJo. Yep. There it is, folks. We have one more that we're going to get to right now.
And you have Coffee, right?
Yep, right there.
Okay.
I figured he was going to take, unless he told me otherwise. So the next game and final game is going to be the Monday night. The first wild card Monday night game ever is, of course, going to be. The Rams are there. I know they're a part of it. Arizona Cardinals 11-6 versus the Los Angeles Rams 12-5. 5:15 p.m. Pacific time. It is on ESPN. It's at SoFi Stadium. You can watch it on ESPN, ABC, ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes. You can listen to it on NFL Game Pass, Westwood One, Sirius XM, and Tune In. Coffee says can't be against Mahomes. I'm sorry, Big Dog. What?
I was going to say tune into what?
Funny. That is the network channel. That's pretty good. Aisha says, which means the Steelers will win. Yes, I'm bummed. It happens when we all are on the same side. We've all been burned. It is funny. It is the collective has been burned. The
It
Cardinals
didn't happen. It didn't happen that often this season. In past seasons, it happened all the
big
time.
time. And that's
This
why I joke
season,
about getting nervous.
actually, I think it is only probably about 40% of the time. I would have said past seasons it was like 80% of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So we already have a pick, but Cardinals are 8th in total offense. Rams are 9th. In total defense, the Cardinals are 11th. The Rams are 17th. In passing, the Cardinals are 10th. The Rams are 5th. And the Cardinals are 10th in rushing, and the Rams are 25th. Last time these two teams played, the Rams edged the Cardinals 30-23. It's a touchdown. On December 13, 2021 at Arizona. What is the line on this one?
Rams by 4.
Wow. It's not inspiring. Tony says the Cardinals are going to win this one 30-24. Gridiron Girl says got a root for the home team. Come on, Lames. So she's going for the Rams. I'm terribly worried about this one, but I'm going to go with the home team. I'm taking the Rams. Coffee's going to take the Rams. When it happens, says Aisha, she blames it on the scorekeeper. It's always his fault. Whoa, hold on a minute. I'm not at work. I'm down. What do you have, Big Dog?
Roz is taking the Cardinals. Dreem is taking the Rams. Aisha is taking the Cardinals. And Nerdvana is taking the Cardinals. And damn. You know what? I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to take the Cardinals. The Rams will probably win this one, but their quarterback just, I don't know. We'll see. Yourself, who are you taking, Scorekeeper?
I'm taking the Rams. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, folks, is I'm going to ask you to forgive me. I'm going to create another post, and we're going to can I edit the post? Oh, yeah. It says I can edit it.
You're the originator. Let me go back. I mean, I'll check again. Maybe it changed.
Well, I'm going to try.
Let me refresh my page.
Now, it could be because the ad ended, folks. So let me see if it will allow me. And then we're just going to up. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it doesn't allow me. My only choices are unpin from the top, delete, turn off notifications, and edit. View edit history. That's it.
I do not have permission to edit this promoted post. That's exactly what it tells me. All right, so there it is. So we're going to create the new. Now I know, folks, I apologize for that. We're going to create a new post right now. And there it is. Let me just copy everything.
And view edit history.
Sorry.
That's it. And
Sorry.
there it is.
There it is. You can put the volume down on that.
Okay, so I've done that one. I'm going to remove that post from the pin. I'm going to unpin it. Okay, there it is. I figure Mr. Almighty will be giving us his comments soon enough, and hopefully he'll be joining us. So we'll see. He just says, Scorekeeper picked the Rams, kiss of death. What the hell? What the hell?
Feel the love.
Aisha, I have a 65% winning percentage. I'm proud of that graph. Anyway, I think we got another like right now. It was Gridiron Girl earlier. I'm sorry, it was Roz. But all right.
It was me.
No, it was
I
Ross.
just liked it right now, like 22 seconds ago.
Okay, I'm sorry. All I have right now is Tony.
And you didn't even mention the one I liked at the start of the broadcast.
Tony,
I am
Aisha,
so
Sergio,
hurt.
Thomas, Grandgro, and Roz.
I'm hurt.
Did you like it on the personal page?
I will tell you right now where I liked it.
Coffee says, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. Yes, baby, yes. Major League Baseball's song. Really good
Oh,
stuff.
I guess it was on yours.
I apologize. I'm not
Yeah,
able
and
to
you
get
can't see that one. I know.
Well, I
Never
can
mind.
see it, but it doesn't show up here due to the privacy settings. So, and I made a mistake. I found a link to a profile that still belonged to someone, and I couldn't believe I was still friends with them. So I blocked it this morning. I was like, no wonder. That's how they're reading the posts. So I was like, ooh, Wiley. 65% of pure luck. Wow, Aisha. Getting the old, getting Aisha of old. All right. Yes, Aisha, thank you. I do. And you know it is unanimous. That's the one I'm going to go with. All right, folks, we've got them. Appreciate it. So we're a bit early on this one. We do have some news we got to get to. Big Dog and I are going to see what we're going to do. If anyone wants to join us on this conversation, please let us know. We'll send you the link. We are doing the professionals on February 7th at 6 p.m. Pacific time before Monday Night in America. But that's it. Professionals are on roughly every month for the time being. We might move it up to every 2 weeks, but for now, just once a month is good. And we just hit the major topics that week. I'm really proud of what we do on this channel, but I'm really liking the professionals. There's really good stuff that happens over there. So we do have an invite if they are watching the programs. I have officially sent out an invite to Brian. Hopefully he'll be able to join us. Cuervo, if he's interested. And to Jason as well. So we'll see. Hopefully, not your Jason, Big Dog. No, coffee. I am the moderator on the professionals. So I've always said that. I am the moderator. I am not a professional. I bring the professionals together to have a conversation. That's what it is. So I'm going to be reaching out to several newspaper writers or beat writers, as they're called, and we'll see. That's right. Fake it till you make it. Sergio, need your picks. So hopefully he'll send them to us or post them. So all good stuff. But I like it. Fake it till you make it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to some the stories. Big Dog, is there anything you want to get to in particular right now?
I'm just going over your notes here. Of course, Klay Thompson returned after almost, or actually over 2 years, to a rousing ovation. It was good to see him back on the court. When healthy, he is a top 10 player in the NBA. So not having him around for the last 2 years really made a difference. And it was just great to see him back after, as I said, being gone for so long. What were your thoughts on it, Scorekeeper?
I'm happy he's back. I don't like that he's back, believe it or not, because it makes that team stronger. And I'm not real happy, but hey, it's good. It was a debilitating injury. It's an ugly injury.
Two injuries.
I'm just happy he's back. The league is better off with Klay Thompson. So.
Yep. And I believe he's gotten close to $70 million in the last 2 years and hasn't played a second. But good for him.
Yeah, sometimes in Major League Baseball, they will sign a player that's hurt for a season knowing that he has a chance of playing later that year. But I have yet to see a baseball player that is going to be out a year and a half get a deal. In basketball, we saw the Durant signing. Was that the one where he was going to miss a year and then
Yeah.
come back to the second.
Mm-hmm.
And then now Klay Thompson, right? But actually, Klay Thompson happened before the injury, didn't it? He was signed before the injury.
No, he got the injury in the playoffs, and then they announced what the injury was, which was, I believe, was the Achilles tendon that he tore. So they knew he'd be out for the year. They gave him the max contract, and then
So same thing.
in preparation of coming back from the Achilles tear, he tore his ACL in his knee just before the season started the following season. So then they lost him all of last season. So he had two debilitating injuries 2 years in a row. First it was the Achilles, and then it was the ACL. Or it was the ACL and then the Achilles, one or the other. But those were the two injuries. So he had, of course, the second one, no one, of course, you couldn't even think about that was even a probability that he would have another debilitating injury that would take him out an entire year. So the first one they knew about, and it was the ACL because I remember that because he tore it in the playoffs, and I don't know if you remember the game. He went in the back and he was begging the trainers to let him come back in, and he was actually running. He was doing laps in the hallway in the back, and because he wanted to come back, he's that much of a gamer. And the trainers were like, no, you can't. We got to take you to the hospital, see what's wrong. And luckily they didn't let him because he went in, and of course they found out that he tore the ACL, which had he played, maybe he might have tore the MCL or the PCL along with it.
I know that in the and thank you for that, Cop. I should have remembered that one. You are right. Miguel Pineda, former Yankee, did get that. Yeah, you're so right. What is the opinion of the Antonio Brown problem? Well, we did have some commentary on it last week, and obviously there's more that is coming out. But when it happened, folks, again, we did not pile it on as everyone else did. We know the player. We know it's, oh, that's right. We did this on the professionals. And
oh yeah,
we had a lot of time on this conversation, folks, and that's why I was very happy that we discussed it. So, you know what? Based on his history, based on what's going on, we were sympathetic to him, and that was about it because we knew it was a he said, she said, and there's a lot of information that's come out, folks, that Mr. Brown may have had a point, but in the heat of battle, when people don't get along, a slight rah-rah, you would think, can actually be misinterpreted. And things happen. I'm not defending the coach, but I don't know. There's so much there that I'm not an expert, but what I've gotten on is, well, there's more to the story, and
yeah.
I think they were in the wrong. Both sides, clearly both sides. But it's, folks, in the heat of combat, there are misinterpretations. And I believe that's what this one was. Clearly
And on the professionals, we delved
or misunderstanding.
for a while. We took some good amount of time discussing the possibility of the CTE. Because of that hit that he took 5, 6, 7 years ago that took him out, and I mean it was a devastating hit. I saw that hit. Oh man, it was a hit. And I had listed the symptoms, and he checked off all the boxes. Yeah, he checked off all the boxes on it. So, and of course, there's no way to tell until you look inside his brain, and the only way to do that, of course, is once he passes. Hopefully that's a long ways away. But and it all depends also if his family or himself, allows medical people to take a look at it, because you have to have your brain donated to have that happen, like they did with Junior Seau, where they where his family donated so they could figure out how bad it was.
this is another thing that I would add to it, Aisha. And look, we are I believe I can say we. Big Dog will correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe here we at Sports Talk with the guys, we are taking the stance that we know what happened was bad across the board, period. And I don't know if there's a right or wrong on this one. We are of the belief that Antonio Brown needs assistance more than anything else. And I think that's what it is. Yes, we've heard that. And, when Big Dog was reading off the symptoms, going back to what he just said a moment ago, Almighty and I were just like, yup, yup, yup. I mean, it wasn't even close. And here's another thing that I was sarcastic to the blogosphere when a day later, it was only a day later, ladies and gentlemen, that Antonio Brown responded. And the blogosphere sarcastic, well, they were like, oh my God, Antonio Brown, breaks his silence. Dude, the only reason why he was breaking his silence was because the blogosphere went wild and was talking about it for 24 hours, and that 24 hours became 2 years. So when he finally commented, it was like, oh my God, he breaks his silence. When has Antonio Brown ever gone silent? Come on, idiots. So I was sarcastic about that. Oh, he breaks his silence. When? What, you morons?
And not only that, pretty much goes for anybody when there's a problem anywhere, and they don't immediately speak to the press, and if they speak to him, 2-3 days, oh my God, he broke his silence. No, he just didn't want to talk to you right now. Stop breaking any silence. Jeez.
Yes, I've heard, but I'm confused by that, Aisha. And Coffee, I appreciated your comment earlier. I just didn't make a comment immediately. Dude, you got to do what you got to do. So, I've heard that some players are saying Antonio had privilege on his side. It's like, okay, all right, let's look at that for a moment. Number one, if they're talking, they're ignorant. Okay? They're ignorant because they don't even understand what the situation. And Big Dog will backstop me on this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But they're implying that he had privilege when he did what he did. What privilege did he have? He got fired. He got kicked off the team. He lost money.
Yeah, that's not privilege.
Where's the privilege?
Privilege would have been he walked off the way he did and he was still on the team. That would be privilege, maybe.
Maybe. Wow,
yeah, maybe.
Big Dog and I are clearly on the same side on this one. So for the ignorant players, if in fact they're saying, which I'm sure if you just look at the statistics and the numbers, there probably are people saying that. I'm generalizing.
Ignoramuses?
Sure. Yeah, I there. Don't have to say anything else. That in and of itself. The ignoramuses. That line. Coffee. See, now here we go. Concussions suck. He says, I would know. 24 years of daily headaches. 2 friends had to retire from the NHL with concussion issues. Concussions are brutal and will mess you up unless you get lucky. Antonio's brain is probably a mess. Permanent damage has clearly been done. Folks.
It sure seems that way.
And I Coffee, thank you. I appreciate you sharing that. And Big Dog, your comment too. Folks, there's a lot of assumptions going on right now. And we are probably wrong in the pure sense of the word by assuming it. But you need to understand that when we talked about it on Monday night, it was from a purely sympathetic point of view that it looks like to us. We're not doctors, physicians. We know nothing of that. But of what we do know, it looks bad. So we're not piling it on. We're more like, he needs attention. Sadly, I don't think his day is done in the NFL, but when you do what you do, man, I mean, look, I'm not saying there's 2 laws, but as I tell my fellow coworkers, there are 2 things that you can do that are automatic and you're done. Number 1, and people are probably going to laugh at me, but it's in my employment, time card fraud, that is, oh, if they cannot trust you on your time card, that is bad. And the other one is stealing gasoline. My department receives a lot of its revenue from the gas tax. So I'm not saying, just so you can understand me, it's like the department goes schizo if you steal gasoline. And I'm laughing only because of just the way I'm saying it. I am against that, obviously. And I know people have stolen gasoline, and there's a phrase I use. They take a very dim view of the situation. It's like there's two things that are automatic. And when it comes to sports, folks, you leaving the team during the game, you tell me, big dog. That's not an unbroken rule. That's you are abandoning.
You leaving the team during a game 9.5 times out of 10 you're gone.
It doesn't
There
matter,
is very
man.
little leeway on that one, unless there's really crazy circumstances there.
Yeah, and Aisha, I hope you didn't take my commentary as directed at you, or in any way whatsoever. Yeah, I don't think you're making judgments either, and I hope I didn't come across as attacking or reprimanding your comment earlier.
Yes,
No,
you attacked her and you reprimanded her.
I told you he'd backstop me.
You know I'm only kidding.
Sports talk. Sports talk with guys is understanding that there's a lot more to this. And I was going to tell Big Dog when he mentioned the symptoms, folks. When Antonio Brown was posting the exchanges of he and his coach, he also posted his personal information of his checking account and stuff like that. It's like, ugh. It's like that leads me to believe there are some issues big time. So Antonio Brown, incredibly talented, had an incredible history. When I prepped for the program on the 3 topics that we were going to discuss, I prepared notes. And I had 3 topics, right, Big Dog?
Mm-hmm.
And in the notes that I sent to you and to Almighty, the first topic had, what was it, like 3 or 4 bullets?
Yeah.
And the last topic had like 2 bullets. And the Antonio Brown section had 4 pages of everything he had done in the NFL. Wow. So if he has privilege, he's paid for it. So let me see. Someone is stirring it, Roger. And no, I didn't take it to heart. I know you better than that. Thank you. Well, I say thank you to that because I've been stupid. I've done some things. I mean, I piled it on with Plaxico Burress. That was way too easy. That was way, way too easy. That's
one of our Wonder Woman.
That he was the originator, if I'm not mistaken. That was just too funny, dude. It's just way too funny. Everyone got it. That when he was shot in the nightclub, he shot himself. So I was like, hey guys, you remember the beginning to Wonder Woman where they fire at Wonder Woman? Well, in the TV show, they fire at Wonder Woman, the one who looks like she's going to win, and she misses on one of the bracelets and she gets wounded. Because I think she was like going to be the one, but she got wounded. And then our girl comes in and cling, 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 cling. She's able to defend herself. And that's where I got the Wonder Woman from. It's damn funny. I'm sorry. I wrote that crap for like 2-3 years. Because then we had several other Wonder Women show up. Those 2 idiots, were they on the Wizards that had guns in the locker room? Yes. Remember that? Yeah. Oh my God. So I know I'm insulting Wonder Woman by comparing them to that because our Wonder Woman did not miss. So all I did was sing Plaxico Burress instead of Wonder Woman in the song. It was funny. Hey, sorry.
Anyway. Back to the Antonio Brown. There's a good YouTube video. There's of course a lot of them, but if you punch in Antonio Brown CTE hit, it's the third one down, and it talks about before the hit and after the hit.
Oh yeah.
It's 10 minutes and 50 seconds. It's almost 11 minutes long.
Did you point
But
that out on the program? You did, didn't
yes,
you?
yeah, and you just see him and hear him before the hit, and then you hear interviews and the way he's acting after the hit, and yeah, it's a definite change of personality, and amongst all the other things that has happened to him since then. All the things that happened beforehand were all minor stuff. He climbed onto the goalpost, and his fines before that were minuscule. They were just too much taunting, I guess it would be, since he jumped on the goalpost and then he got in someone's face, uh, taunted the guy. But then afterwards is when his more serious um, fines and such started happening. But if you guys, like I said, if you're interested or interested about it, that's one of the better videos that are on there.
Yeah, and folks, I do invite you to go and check out the professionals, the one that we did on January 3rd. You can find it here on this page. Coffee says, to be fair, I've always wanted to climb the goalpost. Just seems fun. And Coffee, I can't argue with that. I can't. I don't think I have the ability to do so, but yeah. Yes. I think Big Dawg probably too, right? Maybe not the football one, but maybe the basketball one, right? Just to do it. Don't know why. Because there's nothing for me to climb on baseball. I was never that good in the outfield. If it was in front of me, yeah, but it was behind me. Bye, ball. That was an okay outfielder. I fully admit. I was the L. Oliver of outfield.
So you weren't like Willie Mays and doing the over-the-shoulder basket catches or anything like that?
I've done a few of them, but more like I've always referred to I have a few great catches in my career, okay? But my great catches are, I just lost the joke. My great catches are the excuse me catches where I'm running, I'm like, oh shit, bam, and the ball ends up in the glove. I've had a few of those. I joke about it. My plays, a lot of them were at first base. Yeah, I can say the short hops, the throws that would come in, and the picking off. Folks, I'll never say I was Steve Garvey because, unlike Steve Garvey, who played in the major leagues, I could throw around the infield. I could. I kid around. I kid. Steve Garvey was incredible.
So your
I don't think he ever ran for the ball.
So your outfielding prowess, it wasn't like Willie Mays Hayes where you just see the ball coming down and then at the last second just pop the glove out.
No, Willie Mays Hayes was good. He was good. I'm never that good. Folks, for those of you who know Al Oliver, and Gridiron Girl probably remembers, the Dodgers got Al Oliver in like the late 80s or early 90s, and he was a first baseman by trade. He was a good first baseman, but they already had a first baseman. I think they had Greg Brock at the time. So they stuck Al Oliver in left field. Go back and watch Al Oliver in left field, and you have Scorekeeper in left field. I would never dare compare myself to Al Oliver in first base, but I would clearly compare myself to Al Oliver in left field as a Dodger. Check it out. You'll know what I'm talking about. And if I'm smiling, it is what it is. Al Oliver did not last very long in left field for the Dodgers. So anyway, it was an adventure, let me tell you. All kidding aside, I probably was better than Al Oliver, but not by much. You could mistake on the back instead of Oliver and Noriega. You're like, yeah, that's him. Very good. Holy hands. Note the spelling. Yep. Folks, I was good at first base. Forgive me, it's a conceit, but I was proud of it. There were times that I had opposing players. They would tell me, this dude, if we hit the ball on the ground in the infield and there was going to be a play, we knew, just put our heads down and run as fast as we can, because that was the only way we would probably is to beat it out, because if it was a short hop, you would get it. That was one of my proudest comments that I receive from the opposition. They're like, if that ball's in the dirt, you're coming up with it. Like, wow. That and I had players tell me, yeah, you bastard, you took a lot of hits away from us. And I was like, hey, I was all right with that. So, but Al Oliver in left field I am. Just call me Al. Just put my hand in the pants, right? Just call me Al.
When you were playing first at the beginning, how long did it take you? Excuse me. How many times did you get stepped on before you learned not to put your foot on the bag instead of the side of the bag?
No, I already knew how to play. I never got stepped on, thank God.
Really?
I got hit a few times, and yeah, there are some unwritten rules about running into the first baseman, and if you do, yeah, I there was one or two. And the funny thing was when they hit me, when your team sees that, by the time you turn around, the second baseman's already nailed his ass. And I had Ricky at second base. We used to call him Spider for obvious reasons, but he was a funny guy. But if they hit me twice on the team, and the catcher who was backing up the throw tackled him one, yeah, I'm serious, tackled his ass, and then Ricky, because he came over to play the game, or it went to third, so Ricky rolled over to back up if the ball got away from me. So when the runner hit me in the back, he kept on running, and by that time Ricky had already like bam popped his ass. So yeah, like my job as a first baseman is to make sure the batter never gets to the pitcher. That's my job. That was my one and only job. If the pitcher threw at the hitter, it was my job. And if there was a brawl, I had to turn and face the visitors and to keep them away from my pitcher. That was my job. And I think I played it well. Aisha says when I was a kid, I body checked a batter once. Needless to say, I didn't play baseball again. Oh, don't get me wrong, folks. When I got hit, it hurt. So that's why when you get hit, you're like, what the hell? By the time you turn around, your teammates have already nailed that guy's ass. And I had good teammates. I did. That we did protect each other. It was good. But I apologize. We're a bit off. We're going to continue. We do have a little bit more in basketball, and then we're going to get into a little bit of baseball, and then we're going to cover the rest. I do have to end the program early because I'm going to be getting on the road. I hope to be by 9:10 at most, but the program needs to be done by 9. In basketball, I don't know if you heard, but Kyrie Irving, did you hear about that, Big Dog?
Kyrie Irving?
Yeah, I slurred my speech. You know, I don't like the guy.
Yeah. He came back. I think he's played 2 games, away games. Now there's talk that he may be playing the home games also because I guess the rules changed in December that in an enclosed arena, you're still supposed to be vaccinated, and if you're not, you can get fined. The person gets fined X amount of dollars. The second one, it's a little bit higher, and then the third time, I believe it's $5,000, but that's the max limit. So let's just say it's 5,000 across the board. So it would be up to the New Jersey, excuse me, the I was calling the New Jersey Nets, the Brooklyn Nets.
You're okay.
If they want to pay the $5,000 a game fine. They've already played half the season. So let's just say they have 25 games. 25 times 5,000, sir? It's 125, right?
125,000.
So for 125,000,
that genuinely is minuscule for one of your better players.
Yes. Probably the best ball handler in the NBA right now. What?
Calm down.
What?
Down. I love the Big Dog.
But put your headphones back on. And what is wrong with that statement?
Oh, you're still on him? Hijos de su madre, sabe que me aborrezco, Kyle. I'm sorry, back.
Quit being such a diva and answer the question. What's wrong with that comment?
I'm unhappy with the player. I'm just unhappy with the player.
That is fine, but that's not denying his God-given talents and the fact that pretty much every single person in the NBA will say he is the best ball handler in the NBA.
And I will redirect you to my tantrum. All I said was, I love the big dog. I love the big dog.
True.
I never said you were wrong. I never said anything. I to contradict what you said, I just threw a tantrum and I came back. And then you said, and what was wrong? Oh, we're still on it? I thought you were done.
Well, we're talking about Kyrie Irving.
Dog,
so we're going to be on it.
Big dog, I am not arguing your commentary on the players. I just didn't want to hear it. That's why I threw a tantrum. It's obvious.
I mean,
I'm not that stupid. Come on. I just didn't want to hear it.
If you didn't want us to talk about it, you shouldn't have put it on in your email.
I did expect you to suck up to him. But anyway.
I'm not sucking up to him.
There was no need to mention that, but we'll go on, Big Dog, because I know of your exasperating love and tact when it comes to b-ball.
I mean,
I do.
He is a basket case. I mean, he. Excuse me.
Bless you, sorry. Aisha, thank you for joining us. Of course, Happy New Year again, Aisha. And yes, I agree. With a little bit of luck, hopefully we'll see you next week. So thank you, Aisha. I hope you're well.
Say hi to your mom and of course,
yes.
Curtsy to the Queen.
Say hi to Mom and say hi to Mum.
and I'm sorry about Prince Albert or whoever it was. Which one is it? That's in all. Andrew.
Oh, I'm not sorry because
Andrew is stripped.
If he did what he did, and it looks like it.
Looks like he did. He's been hiding behind the royal curtain for a little bit there.
And the crown had to answer because they served him, and they finally said it counts. It's funny how the courtier or the individual at the office can do everything except the summons, because the reality is you cannot violate the court. So, but giving it to that individual, finally, it took them so long just to rule on that. That changes everything. You can't hide behind stuff anymore in the United Kingdom. When you're getting sued by an American.
I thought it happened because a U.S. court said we're going to go ahead with the charges. I thought that was a New York City judge that decreed that, and then 6-8 hours later, the Queen stripped him of all his duties.
Oh no, folks! No, Big Dog is right on that. No, I was talking about a while ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Survey. Oh, no, sorry. I'm just clarifying. It's that what I was talking about was, that they argued for, I don't know if it's years, but they argued on
at least a year
on the survey, and that was put to rest. And he's done a good job of being able to hide behind that, but can't hide behind it anymore. So, my comment was not in contravention of what the dog was talking about, and nor Big Dog about mine. They were just two different things. You know me. I comment about things that are up here in my mind.
So, have you gotten your invitation yet to the Diamond Jubilee? I mean, or is it on its way to you?
Well, she is my tocaya on birthdays only, not by names. We share the same birthday, April 21st. So. I'm expecting it shortly. I mean, after Roz and I covered the royal wedding and we did such a phenomenal job, I believe that we are entitled. So if I were to get the invite, I would stop by New York, pick up Roz, and go. Hell yeah!
I was gonna say if you were to get that invite, you would find a way to go.
Oh, good God!
Without a doubt.
Yeah, it should be happening. But anyway. So it looks like he will be getting into the NBA. But I also thought, Big Dog, that in addition to the executive order, one of the reasons why he started to play again was because of the dearth of players. because of so many were starting to test positive. We had talked over the last 2 or 3 weeks that it's a serious situation in the NBA. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
they even have players to play. I'm being sarcastic, but they're still in that
No,
spot, aren't they?
it sometimes comes down to that, and
They
that's
just
why
don't have bodies.
and that's why the Nets caved in and said, you know what? Okay, we'll let him play away games only.
And I
And
will
even
give
then,
it to Irving. Oh,
no, I was gonna
I was
say,
gonna
even then, he's not playing every away game. It seems so.
and I got to give it to Irving that he's not being a dick about it. He has every right to be a dick about it. But no, he's playing because, he's getting a check now. The Queen didn't strip Andrew. He handed his honoraries and titles in, which is why his wife stays a duchess.
Oh,
Thank you for
okay,
clarifying that.
because over here, at least what
Being
I've seen
reported.
here, and yeah, what's being reported here in the U.S. that I have seen is that that the Queen stripped Andrew of all his duties that he
Okay, he'd already been
his
stripped of
royal
his duty.
his there was some, I guess maybe they were just re-saying it then or something, because they were saying that the Queen stripped him of all his royal duties and I forgot how they worded it.
Okay,
I guess his day-to-day stuff that he does.
Oh no,
Like, he's
that's
no
been gone for
longer
a
that
while.
either. Yeah.
But what I had read was that he'd been stripped of his honors and titles.
Oh,
That
okay.
had been taken away. That's how we read it, but apparently, no, she didn't. He turned him in. Well, I think she said, Andrew, you
Yes.
need to resign.
Uh-huh. And I'm not asking you.
And I think that's how the United States took it. That we heard there was a whisper, she stripped him. But no, he said, I'm giving my titles up. And I don't know how he's going to do it, because the way it works, or okay, I can't say the way it works, but there are patronages that he had to give up. And that's money. That's how they survive and do stuff. And if he loses those titles, he loses money. And he already owes a significant amount of money in legal fees. Prince Charles is well off. He has several patronages as well. And of course, if we were talking about this and we had an expert on, they would correct me. But there are patronages where they earn money. That's why Charles was able to give money to his sons on a regular basis. And he cut one of them off, allegedly. I don't want to get into that too much. But my point was going to be that the Queen.
Are you speaking about Mr. Markel?
Like it. Yeah, I like it. The Queen bailed Charles out when it came to the legal fees for Diana. So it's possible that the precedent's already been set up. So they're going to go as far as they can to get a deal. Because I don't know how you're going to be able to. Okay, you can, but the actual enforcement, if there's a payout, that's where it's going to get entertaining. There are people that are smarter than I when it comes to this, but you're talking about royal titles and stuff, and some of that stuff is sacrosanct, man. There are people smarter than I am that will be able to give quicker answers, but knowing things as I do, it's going to be entertaining. Who cares for the Brits? We fought a war to get away from them. It's too soon to care. That's funny. I like it. So, Kyrie Irving, that's the situation, and we'll see. Now, what's the deal with Anthony Davis, Big Dog? I understand that he is not on track or where he should be on his recovery. Is that correct?
No, that is completely false. He's actually ahead of track, and they expect him back on the Grammy road trip, which is in about a week and a half to 2 weeks. He's been out on the floor taking shots. He's been doing, I think he's now up to 3-on-3 contact drills in practice. So he is expecting back imminently.
Okay, well, there is an article on MSN, and that's why I was pointing out that I
that's
found
why.
it as we were doing the program. Well, it was based from yesterday, whatever. Okay. And they're saying that based on his schedule and timeline, they're pretty sharp on this, saying that he's a little bit behind. But you're saying that it's incorrect. So, all right.
Well, I mean, if they're going by, if they're going by, it's supposed to be an average of 4 to 6 weeks that he should have been out, and he's now in his 7th week. Okay, then I guess maybe he's behind, but there was never an actual timetable for his comeback. So it was the talk was that he was going to be expected to be back by the end of January, and he's right on track for that. That's from the original
Okay.
injury. That's what was originally stated by the
Well,
Lakers.
This is what was mentioned.
Okay.
Things are going to look a little different for the Lakers when Anthony Davis returns. We know the situation about what LeBron James has been doing and backing up the stuff. But Davis was supposed to be reevaluated 4 weeks after his injury to see where he is at with his MCL sprain. Given that he went down December 17th in Minnesota, the evaluation should have been this week. But the latest update is that AD has still yet to have the knee reevaluated. The Lakers' big man has been taking shots around the court and doing light drills, but nothing to suggest that he is closing in on a return. For the moment, the expectation is that we will hear from Davis next week should he be evaluated within the next day or so, and the Lakers could use him right now. So has that evaluation, the one that they talked about earlier, that's what they're saying, that they, based on the timeline, we should have had the results of the evaluation, and apparently we've not yet. So that's all they said was, based on what they're saying, it looks like he's running a bit behind. And maybe the nuance is they're running behind on the evaluation. I don't know. But they're very specific in the article. So it's minutia, really unimportant at this time.
It says, David, this is as of 18 hours ago. Davis will officially be reevaluated by the team doctors early next week.
So then there it is. That's all. So then we're spending way too much time on it. The evaluation was expected based on what the Lakers had said previously, that he would be evaluated 4 weeks hence. Big deal. It's just a matter of timing. He's going to be evaluated next week. So there is some truth to the article. It would maybe get one Pinocchio for inaccuracy. It's not a lie, but it is accurate, just based on something that was said 4 weeks ago. That's all. Waste of time. All right, fair enough. Anything else you want to get into basketball before we touch on some baseball stuff?
Yeah, something that you probably will laugh about. You read it because I know you put it on there. But the Wizards had to be two Wizards, and in fact, two former Lakers had to be separated at halftime. They had an altercation in the locker room, and that was Montrezl Harrell and Contavious Caldwell Pope. They had a little bit of a disagreement and got a little slightly physical, but heat of the moment type stuff. No one has said anything since then. I think it was just, heat of the moment. They probably both apologized afterwards. All is well. People just, as we all know, just like to blow it up.
Yeah, the truth is they got into it. How much? Big deal, right? All right.
Can you imagine, Scorekeeper, if, I don't know if you remember, you probably do. This would have been the mid-'80s when Larry Bird and Dr. J got into that fight on the court where they were literally choking each other. There's tons of pictures out there where they were choking each other. Can you imagine if that were to happen now, and the way the people think now, and the black versus white, and this and that and that and this, they would have had a field day with that fight.
Yeah.
And for Dr. J and Bird, they were both asked about, you know what, we've got man on the court. It is what it is. He hates me when I walk on. He hates me when I walk on. I hate him when I walk on. But you know what? We leave it on the court.
And it's done. It's gone.
Yep. It's done.
They don't talk crap about each other outside.
Yeah, it was forgotten afterwards.
Well, I don't know if it was forgotten, but it's left on the court. Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember those days. It's hell, even Big Dog and I had that where what we and I'm talking about basketball. What we did to each other was left on the court. Because Big Dog was like, "Damn, your elbows, dude." I didn't.
You had those damn Kevin McHale elbows. I still remember.
Yeah, and I was very free with my elbows, apparently, and I had no idea. But in a little bit of good news, far from elbows, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to post it in Major League Baseball. The Yankees did something really, really good. And she has the pedigree, she has experience, and it's absolutely awesome. Rachel Belkovic is now the first female minor league manager in all of baseball. And this is really cool. Definitely making history. I'm glad she's making history now because the people, and I say this in purely sports terms, the people that would try to ride her to disaster and failure, it would have been worse. They still exist. The animals are still out there, but I'm really happy that she's doing it, and it's a Yankee. The Yankees had every chance to make history with Kim Ng. They did.
That still bothers you to this day.
Well, they had Cashman. He was their guy, dude, and there was
Well,
nothing
no,
going to happen.
I'm just saying the whole.
But I'm talking about other teams.
Yeah, especially the Angels.
They had every chance, and they chose two other general managers over her. And I lost my mind when it was the one before Epler. I forget the guy's
Oh
name.
yeah, I can't think of the guy's name.
He was a former ball player and stuff, and okay, I get it. But the pedigree for Kim Ng was clear even then. Yeah, I lost my mind when she didn't get the job. The Angels should have done it, and they had a chance, but sorry,
where is
Artie.
she now?
She is now hired by Derek Jeter to be the general manager of the Miami Marlins. Good for her.
That's right, because she was with Major League Baseball, correct?
Yeah, she had a nice job in the executive suite up there. Yeah. So good for her. It was about time. But taking away Rachel Belkovic. Prior to the 2020 baseball season, the New York Yankees hired Rachel Belkovic as one of the first full-time hitting coaches in any big league organization, which we talked about that. This season, Belkovic will be managing a Class A minor league affiliate. Belkovic, who's 34, is said to become the manager of the Yankees' Low A Tampa Tarpons, according to a report by the Athletics' Lindsay Adler. Belkovic joined the Yankees in November of 2020, which we talked about it here, hired by Dylan Lawson, then the organization's hitting coordinator. Lawson was promoted to Yankees batting coach last month. A college softball player at both Creighton University and New Mexico, Belkovic worked as a strength and conditioning coach in the St. Louis Cardinals and Houston Astros organization. I should have said Astros in respect for her, but the assholes are still the assholes. Belkovic's advanced training and research for hitting coach position was conducted at Driveline Baseball in Washington State, a performance training center with emphasis on analytics. Quote, I want to be a general manager. Bam! There it is. So she's working her way. Belkovic told FoxSports.com in March. So I think it's important in any kind of administrative or executive position that you understand the game from the inside out. Belkovic has spent a decade in organized baseball, and she's believed to be the first female manager ever in affiliated baseball. And of course, in 2020, Kim Ng, who formerly worked in the Yankees front office, which was a big deal. She was assistant GM, folks. That was a big deal. Became Major League Baseball's first general manager, hired by Miami Marlins COO Derek Jeter. And, of course, during the 2021 season, Belkovic was based in Tampa, Florida, as a minor league hitting instructor. We talk about these right now. I hope that within 10 years, we don't have to talk about these anymore. They'll be par for the course. Right, Big Dog?
Yep. Waiting for Becky Hammonds to get that job in the NBA.
She, I thought, was a lot closer than this one.
Yeah.
But, hey, you know what? Things are moving forward. San Antonio Spurs, right?
Yes.
Hey, it doesn't matter where it happens.
Since I threw the Spurs in there, one little tidbit in the NBA, Shaquille O'Neal sold his stake in the Sacramento Kings. He had a 20% stake in the Kings, I believe, since 2013. He sold those shares because he is now the official face or sponsor, head sponsor, whatever the hell it is. He's the head guy. Yeah, I know.
I
For
love his trigonometry calculus line.
his online betting. It's an online betting company. And of course, the NBA has strict rules about owning a team and being affiliated with a betting facility, company, whatever. So he sold his shares in the Kings and now is affiliated with this online betting company. I'll see if I can get the name of it. But did you remember that he had? I had forgotten that he had shares in the
Yes, I had forgotten.
Let's see. Okay, it was 2013. Damn, he's only 49.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep, only 49. While you look that up, folks, I do have a bit of bad news. Tampa Bay Rays bullpen catcher Gene Ramirez passed away at 28. He was a former minor league player. Gene Ramirez died on Tuesday at the aforementioned age of 28. As of the time of the reporting, no death was given, and he was a 28th round draft pick out of Illinois State in 2016. He played 3 seasons in the Rays minor league system before becoming the team's bullpen catcher in 2019. Quote, he brought so much passion and energy each day to our clubhouse and bullpen, and his love for the Rays and for baseball was evident to all who interacted with him. Rays manager Kevin Cash said, he had the biggest heart and most infectious smile. Gene will be deeply missed. Ramirez, a native of Puerto Rico, played high school ball in Fort Worth, Texas, before going to college at Arkansas and transferring to Illinois State. The catcher and first baseman in the minors, he hit 175 with 5 homers over 3 seasons in rookie and low A ball. However, he was well regarded as a bullpen catcher, as the Rays had only one of the major's top bullpens in each of the 3 years with the club. 28 years old. Damn.
Wow. That's really young. It's called WinBet. They're out of Vegas. It's called. He will be. He's the face of the new. It's going to be called Shackpot. It's a free-to-play prediction game, sponsored by the Sportsbook. He's also going to be appearing in television, print, and digital promotions, and he will appear in WinBet sponsored podcast produced at a casino in Las Vegas. And I'm pretty sure that would probably be the Win, since it's WinBet. And it's spelled WYNN. So I'm pretty sure Mr. Steve Wynn has something to do with this.
Yeah.
So as Shaq said, per NBA rules, he had to sell his stake in the Kings. He thanked Kings ownership and the fans and so on. Said it was a great time. He had a great love for the Kings, a new appreciation for them after he retired. And I'm pretty sure Shaquille and his management team, he's got a smart set of people around him. I'm pretty sure he turned a nice chunk of change on that. Yeah.
Speaking of fishing stuff out of ponds, don't know if you caught it in outdoors and fishing news. A 12-year-old fisher sets 2 world records after catching a 58-pound fish, folks.
Damn.
This is a big deal. Nicholas Fano, 12, of Palm City, Florida, is part of a family that loves fishing. Whether they're trolling blue water for sailfish and mahi-mahi or plug casting the shallows for trout and redfish, the Fano clan has produced many memories. However, one catch by the Hidden Oaks middle school 7th grader stands out above the rest. And he caught, let me see. He was awarded not 1, but 2 fishing world records recognized by the International Game Fish Association. Fano and friend Brad Heyer decided to fish on a lazy, warm Saturday afternoon in late October. They went to a small dock across the street from Fano's house on Bissy Creek in Palm City and netted a handful of small mullet. It's been a slow morning, so he didn't really expect anything. He threw bait out, and when the fish hit, it started taking out the line, but slowly at first. Soon it became apparent he was hooked into something really big. Fano's older brother, Anthony 16, was sitting on the porch and realized he was going to need some help. He ran out, borrowed a large landing net, and before it was done, the big fish was the largest jack crevel anyone in his family had ever seen, and he has connected it with line and tackle that was woefully undersized for the big fight ahead. But it didn't matter. He made the score, and wow. The creek itself is only about 100 feet wide, so it's tiny. And for him to catch, I think they say that they could have 20 to 30-pound jacks regularly, but this was double the size at 58. It's a big deal. Oh, I'm sorry. 58 and 8 ounces. Had to be precise.
It's funny that, I mean, he's lucky that his line held up. I mean, because he said he was ill prepared for that type of fish. You know, the line only holds so much, and when the fish does not want to come back up, you got to fight for it.
Apparently the fight took 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That is great. Good stuff. Congratulations, 12-year-old. Who knows? Maybe he'll be a professional fisherman. So these are the actual record details. Jack Crevo, weighing 58 pounds, 8 ounces, was released. Records junior world record for... It's what they do. Junior world record for Jack Crevo and men's 50-pound test line class world record. Where caught? Bessie Creek in Palm City. Rod and reel, it was a Penn Spin Fisher 6. Oh, I thought he used this 5. 4,500 spinning reel mounted on a Penn Spin Fisher 4 or 7-foot fast action. The line was a Suffolk 30-pound test braid. That should have broken, dude. So the hook was a 2-0 circle hook, and the bait was a small 3-inch finger mullet. That little fat bastard was hungry. And 58 pounds, 8 ounces. Good stuff. Congratulations to him. All right.
Have you ever seen the shows, the fishing shows on ESPN or whatever outdoor channel or whatever?
Whenever my controller runs out of batteries, yes, I see those programs.
When they're out there deep sea fishing and they're fishing like swordfish, and they catch the line and they're strapped into that seat, and they fight they fight that damn thing for like 2-3 hours. I mean, just the physical exhaustion that you must have after catching that damn thing.
Big Dog comments on something that I agree. It's unreal, dude. It doesn't matter who and what you are. I've seen those battles. They're amazing.
And it's an art. I mean, you have to have the feel for it, because for those who don't know about fishing or how to professionally fish, or when you're doing something that big, trying to catch something that big, you can't just reel them in. You have to let them out, and then you bring them in a little bit. Then you let them out a little bit more, then you bring them back again. Because if you just try and bring it back in, most likely you either break your pole, you break the rod, or you break the line. So, and seeing those guys where they, I mean, literally strap these guys in. They look like they're in a NASCAR car, because they have that 5-point seat belt, and the chair, can rock back a little bit, to have the give. But
right, I was thinking of that too. The give, yeah. It's better, man. Crazy. Can you imagine a hard bat? Oh, dude, that would be difficult. Modern conveniences, but I agree with Big Dog on that. That should have some give on it.
Then you have that sucker mounted up above your, in your man cave or whatever.
Are we talking about different subject? Has to have some give and mounted? Jeez, are we talking about the Australian judge that reinstated Dawg's visa and then immediately thereafter was rejected again? Talk about privilege in Australia, tennis. Yeah. So 93% of Australia is inoculated. And this guy, who is an anti-vaxxer, was allowed in by a judge, but I believe then it was changed again, where it's like, nope, he broke the rules. He was not forthcoming in the visa application. Some of these nations, see, Americans will litigate everything. Those that can. Americans are litigious by nature. But if you apply, Yeah. If you apply in Canada, for instance, and it turns out that you forgot something or you kind of hosed the story a bit, their view is, why didn't you tell us? You didn't tell us the truth. Sorry. I get out. We can't trust you to tell us the truth. But I forgot. No, no, because it says on here that do you believe that there could be anything else that we could discuss later? And no, you justify no. And Canada's like, bye. You lied. Get out. So Australia, I don't know if they're the exact same way, but they got tired of it and of what we have right now. He's not going to be allowed in, but we'll see. Big Dog, your comments. I believe it is privilege, but I disagree with the stars. World-renowned, famous athlete, Djokovic. No. He's a famous tennis player. That's it. He is number one, but world-renowned.
He's world renowned in the tennis world.
Yeah, that's why I said he's a tennis star.
I mean, that could be taken in any context because you could say any people that don't know baseball, you don't care that Mike Trout's the best in the business. It's all subjective.
Say it ain't so, Big Dog. Say it ain't so.
Oh, I know. It should have been the Cardinal. What's his face for 13 years? His 13-year deal is the best in business. But anyways, good for Australia for sticking to their guns. You know what they say? If you lie or you misrepresent. Now, what was the thing? He produced a fake immunization card, or he didn't let them know? I forgot what the circumstances were. Did he say that he was vaccinated and he wasn't? Was he pulling the Aaron Rodgers or what was his thing?
Okay, in the quick timeline, it happened that the Australian government cancelled a 34-year-old Djokovic's visa shortly after he arrived in Melbourne late Wednesday to play in the Australian Open because officials decided he didn't meet the criteria for an exemption to an entry requirement that all non-citizens be fully vaccinated. It's very simple. Australia says, do you want to come and visit? You got to be fully vaccinated. He put in for an exemption, saying, but I am who I am. And a judge allowed it. So, but Djokovic, who court documents say is unvaccinated, argued he did not need proof of vaccination because he had evidence that he'd been infected with the coronavirus last month.
So, you can get it again.
Yeah. Australian medical authorities have ruled that a temporary exemption for the vaccination rule can be provided to people who have been infected with COVID-19 within 6 months. Circuit Court Judge Anthony Kell noted that Djokovic had provided officials at Melbourne's airport with a medical exemption given him by Tennis Australia, which is the organizing tournament that starts January 17th, and to medical panels. The point I'm somewhat agitated about is what more could this man have done? Kelly asked Djovic's lawyer, Nick Wood. Would agree with the judge that Djokovic could not have done more. Transcripts of Djovic's interview with Border Force officials and his own affidavit revealed a repeated appeal to the officers with which he was dealing that, to his understanding, uncontradicted, he had done absolutely everything that he understood was required in order for him to enter Australia. Djokovic has been under guard in hotel quarantine in Melbourne since Thursday, when his visa was canceled. But the judge ordered that the number one ranked tennis player be released from hotel quarantine during his court hearing. It was not clear where Djokovic relocated during his hearing. He did not appear on screen in the first hours of the virtual hearing. So, I don't know if he's actually going to be there because this was on the 10th, and I believe something happened after that. Let me look it up right now. Novak Djokovic will play in Australia? That's the question I'm going to put in there. Because I thought that they had said, well, you know what? No. Okay, he is. Because I had read something right after that he had violated his quarantine. They're like, oh, sorry. But it looks like he is going to be playing the 2022 Australian Open.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh no, I was right. That was on the 10th. On the 14th, Australia's
So yesterday.
cancels Novak Djokovic's visa again, only days before the Australian Open. He faces deportation after the Australian government revoked his visa for a second time. The latest twist in the ongoing saga over the world's top-ranked tennis player will be allowed to compete in the Open. I was right. I thought it was revoked. Immigration Minister Alex Hawke said Friday he used his ministerial discretion to cancel the 34-year-old Serb's visa on public interest grounds because Australia lost its mind. They're like, hey, we're inoculated. Come on. And their thing is, okay, yeah, he got COVID, but he is an anti-vaxxer, and he gets to come in. And I know there was a major blow-up about that. So as of the 14th, it was denied. Wow. So we'll see.
Can you imagine?
Will be heard on Sunday, which I believe is going on about this same time here right now because of them being ahead of us. Big Dog?
Yeah, they're, I believe, 18 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, so they're going to have their appeal heard on Sunday, which is probably happening now. And he may have his visa returned to him on Monday. They've appealed it. The hearing is on Sunday.
Can you imagine if America acted the way they do in a lot of the European countries when it comes to COVID, and the way they make sure everything is enforced, so on and so forth? Can you imagine if they took those that way of thinking here in in America? How many people would just lose their shit?
Yeah. And the agent makes a determination right there when you're entering. They can say, get out, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's crazy. It is crazy. But the United States doesn't generally do that. They're an open country. And as long as you notify, look, if you've got you can have a felony, if I'm not mistaken, but it depends if it's drug related, gun related, having to do with domestic. Yeah, you're not coming in. I know. What other felonies are left, right? This country is terrible. Yeah, well, that's what we're talking about. All right. So it's 8:43 a.m., Big Dog. I've covered the major stories I wanted to cover. What would you like to cover in the last little bit?
Same here. We can end it early so you can get ready to go on your trip to go see the hole.
No, I'm not going to the hole.
Oh, what happened?
I'm on call Sunday and Monday.
Seriously?
Due to COVID situations. So my brother and I are still going to go. We're going to go somewhere. He doesn't care. I said, Lewis, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to be on call on Monday and Tuesday. So he was disappointed. He says, well, okay, maybe we can go on this. I'm like, oh, dude, I just have to be probably within 200 miles. I can't be 700 miles away. But if I can be 200 miles away, come on, Big Dog, what's that? 3 hours? I can be back in 3 hours. I can spin that. I cannot spin 7 hours. So
Vegas turnaround.
Something was mentioned. So we're going to be doing some stuff. I'm still going to pick up my brother today. As a matter of fact, he did text me still. He was very disappointed, as was I, because I was expecting to go. But we're still going to go. I mean, it's a promise to him. And he said, well, we can go right after tax season. No. I'm going to Alaska right after tax season. So.
Did you still are you still getting the car?
No, that I canceled. Because since Gmo was going to go, we were going to take the Maxima. So that I canceled because of the worsening COVID situation.
Okay. Oh, because you didn't want to do Uber with all the people, or what?
Yeah, they want to do Uber. So I said, well, if I'm just going to drive, I'll just take the Maxima. So But Gmo's going, so since we're gonna finish
Oh,
up early.
she changed her mind again, huh?
Did you see the pin fly? What does that tell you?
Let's see, what time is it? Let's see, you still have a couple hours, so she's going to change her mind at least 2 more times.
And knowing that our exit time is 9:10, there might be a third decision in there. 2 decisions in 15 minutes, no problem. Sneak another 10 minutes in there, yeah, there could be another change. So I'm on the losing end.
She might still be asleep. Wait, Dad, I gotta get ready. I'll be ready in a couple of minutes, and then it's 11:30.
And do you know the thing about her, and the one who was my wife and the other one, I could tell
Still
them
is.
I want to be ready at this time, and
Doesn't matter.
we'll go. And they were like, I don't know what happened to them. Oh, actually, I know what happened to them. So it's just disappointing.
Well, Gmo became a young woman, and young women don't get ready in 5 minutes anymore.
She doesn't get ready in 5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Because you got to change their outfit like 5 times. You got to put the makeup on just right. Then you have to, you have to text.
I'm losing my mind.
You have to text and tweet and send out a couple of tweets asking the friends what to wear.
I want to give Michael Day a shout out. Thank you, Michael, for the like. We're up to 7. Thanks, folks. Good morning, Michael. What I did want to say right now was Big Dog commented one time.
It's not a mistake.
So,
it's not a mistake, Coffee.
It's the opinion, of course, but I show all of the comments. I was going to say, that Big Dog in private said, I was doing something and it was a multi-part, whatever, and he says, you had trouble with it, didn't I? And I'm like, yeah, I did. Whatever it was, I was on end. Well, I went to breakfast with 2 classmates yesterday morning, and I took my planner binder with me. Because everyone knows, ever since I got the Johnson & Johnson shot, I have had short-term memory issues. So I have to go back to writing everything down.
Sure, it was a shot.
Okay, well, whatever. So I had, and this story was for you, Dick, that when I took the binder, I left it in George's car, and Mike brought us back, and when I got home, I'm like,
oh my God.
Oh, yes. Oh, and I knew where it was. Just George decided to F with me all morning, which was funny, and into the afternoon. I didn't get the binder till about 6 p.m. But I was here in the office, and
lucky it wasn't me.
I was like,
lucky it wasn't me, because I would have been saying it's not back here, Raj. I'm sorry. I looked everywhere. I looked under the seats. I looked in the back. Look, even just suggesting that you're getting all antsy. Oh, I would have had so much. Oh, I don't know what happened to Raj.
He was an ass. He was a polite ass about it, but I just want to share with you that I was without my binder and I was having problems.
I would have took it one step further, though.
Oh, okay.
I would have the binder. I would have, of course, returned it to like he did later on that day, make you suffer all day long. But I would have took out like pages 12, 15, 23, 55, and just kind of held on to them, and then wait to see if you noticed.
Yeah,
because you just would have got the binder. You would have been like, I got it back.
Don't know what I did to that binder. Anyway, we're good. I want to share that one with you, Big Dog, that I had some angst yesterday. It was funny. He said, even thinking about it, I'm all like, my life's there. It's how I keep track of a lot of stuff. So it's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is back to normal. Hello, you, George. Hey, sure.
Question: Do you do it digitally and on the book, or just in the book?
The vast majority is back to the book. And I supplant it with appointments because a lot of my clients schedule their appointments digitally. So what my assistant does once a week is she marries them up. And she makes sure that what's in the paper is on digital and what's on digital goes over to paper.
Okay. Because I was about to say, you should have it in 2 spots just in case you actually do ever lose that by
the vast majority of the day it's a day timer. It's that company day timer. I'm still loyal to them. with them is my tasks and my productivity on that stuff. So there's not confidential information per se, but the history of me going about getting stuff done is there. And my tasks, I have the calendar filled for what I'm going to do in January, February, March, April. So if I lose that calendar, oh shit.
So that's what I'm saying. That's not on digital anywhere.
No, some of it would be. It would take me several days to do it again.
That's what you have
But
an assistant
no.
for. Have her use the app on the phone to scan it
Yeah,
and
she
scan
does,
it
but
in.
it depends when it's lost as to what would be lost. That's my concern.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you were to put everything in now, I mean, if she updates it once a week, you'd only be losing 1 week's worth of updates.
And that's why I said it would take me about a day to, come back to it. So, yeah, I use it to diary.
But I'll stop. But I'll stop now because it's giving you angst.
So,
Because you're
ladies and
clenching
gentlemen,
and turning. You're doing this and you're doing that. So then that's just talking about it.
anyway, it's all good in the hood. Coffee says, I see my coworkers for 3 or 4 days a week. That's too long to see the same people. Marriage would be hell. That's funny, Coffee. All right, folks, we want to thank everyone that joined us this morning. Thank you.
To
This
each
is
their
Sports
own.
Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. He's the big dog. I thank Dreem for having joined us. Sorry we missed out on everyone, but there's still time to get the picks in. So we are out of here, folks. Big dog, take us away, please.